Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want you to have mercy on me. Father God, I also ask that you help me to be quick to forgive and slow to get angry. Amen, amen, amen. These young dudes out here don't respect shit until you put the barrel in their ear and let the tech spit. I just might catch a case on my next hit, remove their whole face on some special effect shit. So show respect, Drake, or I'ma have a flashback. Digging through the dresser like fuck it, where my mask at? The mash back with the banger and damage shit and say fuck everything I learned in anger management. Hop back on some east side manning shit and push a nigga's top back when I let the cannon spit. Start planning shit, premeditation. I'm in love with the streets again, rededication. Casket or cremation when I shoot you down. I was built full of smoke like a hookah lounge. I keep big shit that sound like a bazooka sound, and I shoot quicker than ain't gotta be a hoop around. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride, 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with the 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Gun on me, it ain't never for show, homie. I'm far from a bully, but I'm never a hoe. Get out of line, my Beretta will blow. Real talk, we can take the beef wherever we go. I bring it to your front door like I'm Uber Eats. I guarantee you listen up when this Ruger speaks. Plus I maneuver through these streets like a ghost, and I'm handy with the heat. I cook a nigga like a roast. On me, homie, this is not a boast. I will still come through, boy, and stop a nigga's post. Play him close, man, Eric will ease it. Quickly off the waistband, man, and Eric will squeeze it. Leave you niggas laid out dead or paraplegic. Niggas playing in these streets while I'm very strategic. I come to your house dressed like the gas man. Shoot you 9 times, leave you stretched by the trash can. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. I don't put shit on Facebook, I just holler in person. Put the pistol in your mouth while you're hollering and cursing. All that shit you kept rehearsing and put on your live, got your clap with the big 4-5. You bitch nigga, if you tell me to pull up, I'ma do that. That nigga who was whooping first nigga that I shoot at. Ski mask on my face, bystanders be like, who that? I ain't with the talking, bitch boy, I thought you knew that. Leave his brains where my shoe at and bounce like I'm on a trampoline. Leave you laid out, nigga, like you camping on the scene. If you want something sweet, grab a peach or tangerine. Niggas won't smoke, well fuck it, I'ma let them handle steam. AR with the beam, you see the red dot? We tug on this trigger, nigga, it'll make your head pop. Blood pouring down to your shoes, call it Red Sox. Your brains hanging all over your shoulders like some dreadlocks. Expect the gang of dead off if they ever cross the line. The Lord said in the Bible, oh, revenge is mine. So I'm just trying to find a righteous path between the two. Before I lose control and do the shit I used to do. This being humble shit is new. I'm trying to turn the other cheek, but I ain't never been a bitch, so watch your mouth when you speak. Your mercy's what I seek, so I pray on bended knees. Don't let me get the K with the extended clip and squeeze. Lord, please. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps.
I just said.
All right, y'all. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this Saturday morning? All right, man. We got a special guest. We got our brother Vigoda backstage, man. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna discuss a lot of stuff. Vigoda's been wanting to discuss a lot of stuff with me, right? And I've been so busy, I haven't had a chance to stop. But I recognize that there's some serious issues going over there in Israel right this second. And man, Vigoda has a story to tell, has a really interesting story to tell. So plus we're going to discuss, Zionism. We're going to discuss a lot of different things pertaining to the Jewish situation. Now, if you want to come up, man, you want to ask Vigoda a question, I'm all for you asking them questions, but we're not going to be disrespectful. We're not going to be disrespectful to the Jewish people. We're not going to be disrespectful to the Palestinians. We're not going to be disrespectful to anyone. If you want to ask a serious question, you can go. You're welcome to ask a question, but we're not gonna play this game where we're attacking people just because of their religion or their heredity. All right, we're not doing that. Okay, we're just trying to get some information and put some information out, and maybe get people to think about the thing from another angle, or consider some things they didn't consider when looking at it from the way they're looking at it. So anyway, I want to bring up my guest now, Brother Vigoda. We're gonna bring him up. Vigoda.
Hello.
Good morning. Good
It's the
morning,
first
Vigoda.
time that I here is people clapping for me, even if it's just a recording.
It's fake, Vigoda.
I'm okay.
All right, Vigoda. How are you? First of all, how are you? And what's going on with you? You were telling me some stuff before we talked before the broadcast.
First of all, I'm not right now in Tel Aviv. I'm in my parents' house. I am barricaded there.
Okay, and you're barricaded. And why
Yeah,
are you barricaded? Why are you barricaded?
We are preparing for the worst. We got the mamad ready. How you say it in the safe room.
Safe room.
This is how we call the safe room that we have in every modern house or apartment. It's a special room that is covered by concrete. It's have a special door that can resist bullets.
Okay.
We filled that room in supplies, and we made sure that we can lock it from the inside. And we in general we've been preparing.
Okay.
A lot of people are garrisoning. Everybody is garrisoning food.
Okay. Now you are preparing for a possible invasion. Is that right?
Yes, from Judea and Samaria.
Okay. Okay.
From the Arabs of Judea and Samaria.
Because in America, we have people in America have no clue what you're talking about is just so off the reservation from them. They don't have no.
Okay,
so
I will start from the start for me at least.
Okay.
Okay, where we begin? A week ago in the Sabbath, I woke up in 6:30 in the morning from hearing a siren. It seems that we got missiles from Gaza to us from out of the blue. And later we found out that there was they attacked us from a number. We found out that they broke our defenses in the south, in our border with Gaza.
Okay.
They managed to gun down the people that the soldiers that were supposed to stop them. From what we know, they planned this more than a year before. All this combined operation that the Hamas did.
Okay.
Okay. So unfortunately they gunned down. Nobody was prepared for this. They surprised us all. Unfortunately, they gunned down people in their barracks when in their beds. Yes, about the Zionism. Let's please get to this later. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell my story first.
Go ahead.
Okay. From just a second.
First of all, Vigoda, let me acknowledge everybody in the chat. Let me do that first. Let me acknowledge everybody in the chat. Obviously, Vigoda is here with us. Sister Annie, my tour sister, excuse me, she is in the chat. Who else in the chat? Von Bryant. Von Bryant is in the chat. Shout out to Von Bryant, my brother. Who else is in the chat? Who else is in the chat? Brother Anderson, the great. Shout out to Brother Anderson. Glad to have you in the building, my brother. Good to see you. Okay. I just wanted to chat, acknowledge everybody in the chat. Just everybody who wants to be acknowledged. I'm sure there's a couple people in the bushes. So go ahead, continue, Vigoda.
Okay, then, like I said, they gunned down a lot of people, a lot of soldiers in their barracks in the.
Who gunned down those people? Who
the
gunned down
Hamas.
those people? Okay, Hamas. Okay, let's be clear. Okay, Hamas did it. Okay. Okay, continue.
Okay. You want to explain who is the Hamas, or you want me to continue?
No, I know who Hamas is, but I mean, we will go over that later. But
yeah.
Hamas is the one that you're saying is responsible for these guns being
Yes,
gunned down.
those are the terrorist organization that controlled Gaza from 2005.
Okay, all right. So now, so all these, you're saying that a lot of these things are happening from
yes.
Hamas,
like
right?
I said, they after they gunned down a lot of soldiers in their barracks. Still, people don't understand how they managed to pull this off. They broke with more than 1,500 terrorists with vehicles and guns. They broke. There's pictures of them entering the kibbutzes, the small, you can say Israeli villages and small towns near the Gaza Strip. There is a picture. They didn't, at least they didn't get into the real important and big cities like Beersheba or in the south. Okay. Beersheba is the important, if I'm not mistaken, the important city in the south, but never mind that. There's I can't. When I saw and heard about all of this, I thought for myself, "Wake me up! This is not happening." Yeah, we fought for. In the first day, a lot of people were thinking this is. There's no way they managed to take hostages into Gaza. There's no way that they managed to eliminate so many people. And I'm using eliminate and not what's starting with the letter M because you know why. Why? There is a lot of what?
I said why?
You know what's the word that that starts with the letter M that I to use? Okay. Yes, I don't want to get you in trouble, but in any case, yes, there's a lot of pictures and videos of the Hamas terrorists breaking in people's houses, burning people alive inside their houses, gunning people down in the face from point blank, gunning down children and taking off their heads.
Yes.
Removing their heads. Excuse me for if I'm saying this, but still, there is they took a lot of their bodies as human trophies of the headless kids, the headless babies into Gaza as human trophies.
Wow.
You also had them, raping a lot of women in order to humiliate and make them dirty.
Wow.
Yes, in their own houses, they eliminated people next to the children. They did a lot of something that I can't. I don't have even in Hebrew. I don't have the word to tell you what this kind of sick stuff they did. And also there was the current number now of the Israelis that lost their life to them is more than 1,300 people, and right now more than, if I'm mistaken, 5,000 are in the hospitals in very bad condition, fighting for their lives.
Wow, that is terrible, man. That is terrible.
Yes. And they took a lot of hostages. There is a lot of videos of them kidnapping ladies, kidnapping men, kidnapping for example, a granny that is 85 years old. There is a video of it. There's video of them pointing a gun in people's and at people and making them walk to Gaza. even they even took a few full families to Gaza. There is a video of them. Actually, I don't know how to say it without getting you in trouble. Doing emotional damage to the child,
Yeah.
to the children of those families, and physical damage as well to the ladies and the children.
Yeah.
And yes, and they,
I
like I said, they
we kind of
plan.
get the idea. Yeah, we kind of get the idea.
Yes, and this is what they show you on video. Who knows what they do in them when they put down the camera?
Agreed. Okay, so this is it's. I mean,
I didn't
horrible.
finish. I want to. Sorry, but I want to have also something. We had also in the same time there was a concert. Well, not a concert, a party in the desert area of the south, not far from in the area, and a lot of the terrorists attacked the party area, and the people in the party were teenagers, hippies, and a lot of innocent people that just want to party in the desert with music. And they gunned down more than 300 of them. They did a combined attack. They use jeeps. They use how you say it, like parachutes. Like you use, I don't know how to describe it in English. Like using something like a parachute, and something like some of the terrorists drop with some kind of parachute or something like parachute to that area and started gunning down the people. And also they also later, the people that they captured, they lynched the people they captured later, and also the women that they captured later, they raped next to their dead friends, next to the bodies of their dead friends.
Oh man.
And even on the bodies of their dead friends.
I'm sure you could go on and on and on with
Yes.
the horrible things that's going on there.
Let me tell you something personal. One of my cousins. What?
No, go ahead.
Yes, my cousin was in that party, and she barely escaped alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she ran and she hid in the bush, in some bush for a number of hours until she was rescued, and still the terrorists were in the area, and the van that she was rescued in was shot at, but she's okay right now. She made it out of there, and she's right now in her parents' houses, not from where I am right now, actually.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's too soon to breathe, because I have another cousin that is right now being recruited to the military, to this war, and probably I can't tell you more about that part specifically, but probably sooner or later I will be also recruited.
Man.
Yes, and they also a lot. Also, what's shocking me, that in that same day they celebrate in Gaza with candies and cheers when the terrorists showed the what?
We're going to get to that. We'll get to see. It's like we were talking about earlier, cultural thing. We'll get to that in a little while. But what I want to do is really, look at how we got here, and to see how we got here, we got to look at it from a lot of different sides.
Yes, but I didn't I didn't finish to tell you all the story. In terms of stuff that are evolving, also Hezbollah in the north joined the conflict.
Okay.
Hezbollah, if you don't know, is the terrorist organization that is basically running South Lebanon and all of Lebanon basically.
Okay.
That is one of the reasons that we call Lebanon little Iran. Just saying.
You call it what?
This is one of the reasons that we call Lebanon little Iran.
Oh, little Iran. Okay.
Yeah, that's what we call here. That's one of the reasons why some people here call Lebanon, the state of Lebanon, as little Iran.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, and
Okay,
they
okay.
also we got missiles from Syria at us.
Oh my God.
And that is one of the reasons that your president sent the airplane carrier to us to help us make them not interfere.
Okay.
And also the Hamas called for riots from the Arabs in Judea and Samaria and East Jerusalem, and they are rioting. And probably when we will do the full invasion to Gaza to get our people back, then they could break into main Israel and into the area that I am, the Tel Aviv, in the cities that I am and my families are. They can. There's a good chance that they will try to break in and break to this area, and that's why we are preparing. I don't have a gun on me, but I have a hammer and a knife.
Oh my God, man.
At least
Oh my God.
that will maybe. I hope that I will not get to a point that a terrorist will try to break into our house, and
Oh
that
my
I had
God,
to
man.
use that.
Oh my
But
God.
we are not afraid. We are not afraid. They can do whatever they want. We are not afraid of them, and they are not going to drive us away from here.
Okay,
Actually, we are going
Now,
to
see,
drive them
that's what
away.
I want to get to. I want to get to. I know
Yeah.
you're very emotional about the situation, and who can blame you? Who can blame you for being like that? So I can't blame you, but we do want to hit a couple of different points while we have you on the show. You can all
Yes.
throughout the show you can always describe some of the things that's going on there, but we want to hit a couple of different issues while we're here. One of the issues is, how did we get here? How did we get to this point where all this violence is erupting on both
Okay.
sides?
I told you how we got to that point. Those guys.
Well, no. You just describing the violence at this point. But what I'm saying is, what what has what is this conflict all about? What is it? What is this
Okay, I will
major
tell you what
issue?
this. Okay, I will tell you. I will tell you. This conflict. They wanted to wipe us off the map. That's what they want.
Okay, now the question is,
That's
why?
what they. Okay, I'm getting to it. That's what they raised their children from an young age to tell them that we stole their land, that they need to wipe us out.
Okay, stop
They
right
tell
there.
them
Stop right
stuff
there.
like "Idbach el Yahud."
Stop right there. Because I know that. See, it might be difficult. You sure you want to do this, man? Because it's difficult. I know it's difficult, man. Because you're actually in it, and it might be difficult to actually have a conversation about it.
I am okay, bro. I'm okay.
Are you sure? Because I don't want to be
Yes.
offensive to you, but I'm gonna have to ask you some questions, man. It might be a
Yes.
little stinging, but we're trying to get
Okay.
to the root of what's going on. Okay, so why would they think that you have stole their land? Why would they have that? Why would they think that?
Because that's what they brainwash their kids. They think because it's Muslim, they think it's their land because they're Muslims. They think it's Arab land. That's what they think. In one of the videos that I sent you, you have a full-on explanation, a full explanation in English with English titles about what is about this conflict and how it started.
Okay, but my point is, there were
Yes.
people. Those people were living on that land.
Yes and no. First of all, let
Yes
me
and no.
let's what?
Okay, I said yes and no. That's a hard to understand that answer. Could you
Okay,
explain
and
it?
I will explain that to you. First of all,
Okay.
let's go back a little bit. Okay,
Okay.
let's
All right.
go back to the end of the 19th century. Okay,
Okay.
most of the Arabs that you know as Palestinian, they migrated to what is Israel today in the end of the Ottoman Empire
Uh-huh.
and in the time of the British Empire. Okay,
Okay.
a lot of them, and in general, okay, they wanted this land because it's holy to them. Okay.
All right.
They want Al-Aqsa. That's okay.
No,
And
no,
from the start,
I'm trying to follow you, Vigoda. So please continue. Explain.
okay, they first of all, like I said, most of them migrated in modern day Israel from the countries that surrounds us. Also, they say it in closed doors. It's not a secret if you ask them if you know who to ask in what language. Okay, like I said, most of them. I also, let me tell you, I in the university that I'm studying in, I took a course that talked about it. Okay, and there are records, historic records of them. I don't have them right now, but I can give you them. I could give you them sooner or later. There is records of them migrating in the times of the British, also in the time that the British trying to stop us. Let me say it like this: in the time that the British before World War II tried to stop us migrating to Israel, they let a lot of them to migrate. Okay, you, for example, heard about the laws of the White Book?
Okay, I'm not familiar with that, but okay.
Okay, those laws says that only a small number of Jews could come to live in Israel, but in the same time, there's no talking about how many of them can come, and a lot of them came as workers, as migrants. Okay.
Okay, just like the Jews, right?
Yes and no, but in any case,
see the yes and no, man, that leaves a lot of space for interpretation. So I'm trying to get it to where there's very little room for interpretation.
Okay,
because, let me lay it out. Let me lay it out for you, Vigoda. Let me ask you a question, and you can answer it, because in America, our understanding is, or most of us have the understanding, that the Palestinians were there first. And
no,
that's our understanding. So
that's
if
a clear lie.
Explain that something other than that, then by all means, please explain that.
Okay, first of all, let's be honest. There was never a Palestinian state or kingdom. Okay, that's everybody here can check in the wiki or whatever you want. There was never a country or a kingdom called Palestine here. Okay, you can I can bet on you can bet in whatever you want about it.
Okay,
that's a fact.
But because there was no, so you're saying because there was no because the Palestinians had no state or kingdom, therefore they have no claim to that land. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, for a start. And secondly,
okay, hold on. Let's stop right there. Hold on.
I have also something to say.
Wait a minute. If you feel that, then you must feel that the Nazis were justified by throwing the Jews out of Germany, since they had no claim to that land. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Well, how can those two things exist at the same time?
First of all, I didn't talk about throwing. Why you get into that?
Well, I'm trying to show you the logic that some people have. See, because
first of all, in the
Vigoda, let's start right here. Nobody wants the violence. Nobody wants the violence to be occurring. I don't want the violence. The stuff that you're talking about is absolutely horrific, and I'm not justifying any of that. What we're going back to is the original situation that set this stage in motion.
Clarence, I sent you a video that explains it very good. Why you don't show it?
I know that you probably did. I only got a chance to see the Zionism movie, and I thought that it raised some good questions. I thought this movie raised some very good questions. I'm gonna show it in just a minute. But what I want you first of all.
Yeah, but Clarence, please, I want you first of all show the video that you know what, I'm going to send you again the specific video that I want you to show right now, because it's very important. There is English, the English, how you say it, ABC that translate, so we're able to read and understand what the guys say. Just a second, just a second. Also, I'm going to send you a video about the name Palestine, and spoiler alert, it's a Roman name.
Okay.
But a second.
What I'm saying to you is, if those people were, if they have no claim to that land, then how can, you see what I'm saying? Like, how could Idi Amin be wrong? How could Hitler been wrong if the Jews are saying the same thing to the Palestinians? If you're saying the exact same thing that Idi Amin said to the Jews and that Hitler said to the Jews, you're saying the exact same thing. You have no ancestral, therefore you got to go. But those
But
two people
no,
are considered.
first of all, I didn't say they got. First of all, what do you mean? You know what? Let's leave that part for later. Okay, we will
Okay,
address it, but later.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, what do you want to do, man? You want to watch this movie, or you want to watch the
I
movie
want
you
no.
were
I
saying now?
want to show you. I am trying to show you a very important movie
Okay,
that the Zionists will wait. This is
okay.
for. I
Zion
saw
will
just
wait.
a lot of people talking about the Zionists. They this so. But you know what? Before you show the Zionist, I'm going to ask a question to all of you
Okay,
of yes or no. Okay.
okay.
But first of all, I'm going to. You know what? You will show the video of the Zionist. But you know what? First of all, I want to ask all of your viewers a
Okay.
simple question of yes or no.
Okay.
Do you believe? Okay, listen to all of your viewers. Please listen.
Okay.
Okay, to all of your viewers and you, do you believe that the Jewish people have a right for a land of their own in the land of their ancestors? Yes or
I
no?
think, of
Simple as that.
course, I think they have a. I think they have a right. Everybody has a right to the land of their ancestors. Following that logic, Idi Amin was absolutely correct, kicking the Jews out. Right? I mean, following
What?
that logic,
Who is
everybody has
Idi
a right
Amin?
to their
Me?
ancestral
Who is
land.
Idi Amin? Who is that?
You don't know who Idi Amin is. The one is a African dictator that threw the Jews out of Uganda in the
What?
early 70s, or the mid 70s. He
Where
threw the
the hell
Jews
you brought
out.
this guy from? Okay,
But
I
what
didn't
I'm
know who
saying
the hell
is,
that is.
listen to what I'm saying, Vigoda, because we just talking logic. Everybody has a right to everything, but only thing we can do is what we can enforce. So if you can enforce your rights, then your rights will go preserved. So what I'm saying is, everybody has a right to live free and undisturbed. Everybody has that
I'm
right,
not talking
right?
about individual, Clarence. I'm talking about
No,
people. I'm talking
well,
about people.
first of all, none of us here agree that the conflict that's going on now should be happening. We don't agree with any of it. We don't agree with any of it on either side. We don't agree with that. We don't think that should be happening. It's horrible, the things that's happening on both sides. It's horrible. So none of us are saying, yeah, the Arabs are okay. They're the Palestinians okay doing this, and the Jews okay doing that. No, none of us agree with none of it. So what we're trying to look at is, how do we get here, and is there a possible solution to this violence? Is there a possible solution? It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Those of us that
I
really
know.
care about people, man, we don't like to see that. Maybe we don't agree technically with the Jew. Maybe we don't agree technically with the Palestinians. Maybe we don't have a technical agreement, but the violence, we just don't. None of us are in agreement with that. Now, so that's why we're trying to open the thing up and have an honest conversation about what's going on, and maybe is there a possible solution to this situation? Is there
Okay,
possible?
Clarence, I'm trying to find the video that explain all the conflict.
Okay, go ahead, man.
Just
Take your
a
time.
sec.
Find it.
Okay, give me a few seconds. Just a few
Can we watch?
seconds.
Listen, Vigoda. Can we watch the Zionist video?
Yes, I just before that I want your people in the audience to answer yes or no for my question. Okay.
Okay. You had a question. Are you ready to ask that question?
Okay, I asked it already. Do
Well,
you believe, to all of you, do you believe
okay.
that the Jewish people have a right for a state of their own in the land of their ancestors? For example, like the Japanese have a Japanese state, the Koreans have a Korean state, and so
Agreed. I
on.
mean, I think everybody has that right.
Okay, let's see what
But
your viewers think. I
but
see just I see just one yes.
listen,
Come on, yes or no?
listen. I've said yes already. The problem is,
Yes, I know that you said yes.
listen, Vigoda, because I know it's difficult for you, man, because you're living in this situation, right? I'm just talking about it away, thousands of miles away, but you're actually there. So I get it, man. I understand. And everybody has said, but most of the people in the chat are saying yes, that, of course you have a right to your destiny, right? But what I'm saying is, the vehicle that you're using to do it, that has to be in a certain accordance with how we doing things in the modern time. So under that situation, anybody that's in Africa that's not have ancient ancestral roots there, they could be thrown out, right? We should go through there and throw everybody up.
Honestly, after, and if you want to get to that, Clarence, I can answer you, please. Clarence?
What you say?
I say if it depends on if they're doing problems, it depends on a lot of stuff in that question. But you know what, Shop, if I want to say to all of you, if you said yes on this question, then officially you're a Zionist. That is what Zionism mean. That is just what.
Nobody has a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with the Jews, with the Koreans.
Yes, just I want to say,
with anybody having a claim to their ancestral lands. Now, if somebody else is sitting there, now you have to now we have to work it out in a way where it's going to be at least a negotiation where everybody's going to have to be deal with it, because we can't just say for example, I can't just go in and say, well, you know what, Vigoda, you Jewish, so we want everybody on the street to be black, or we want everybody on the street to be green, or we want everybody on the street to be yellow, so you got to go. I can't do that, right? Because you already bought the house, you're there. You know what I'm saying? It may not be your ancestral home, but you're there, and so I can't just say, hey, you got to go. That's improper. What should have to happen is everyone has to sit down. That's why in America and in most of the civilized country, we have instruments. What is an instrument? An instrument documents that
Clarence, if you are trying to say that we kicked them out, then no.
Listen to me. Instruments are documents that we use to preserve and exercise certain rights and privileges. We use these documents called instruments to do that, right? And if those rights privileges aren't able to be preserved, then we have to go to somebody who's going to judge whether the right thing happened or not, right? So that's why. But if there's no document to say anything, then of course it's going to be left up to one person to decide everything, right? But that's why we in America, you can't just walk and say, oh, okay, well, I own this house. You can't just say you own the house. You got to have some document that shows.
Don't worry, I will get to that.
Then you perform. You did some type of performance to that shows that you own that house. See what I'm saying? So we have to do things in a civilized manner. Now, if you go in and just take bulldozers, like for example, if I came to your house and just start bulldozing you out of it, if I came to your house and start bulldozing you out of it, I can't say that I'm doing the right thing because you lived there. But that was my answer. My father owned that house a generation ago. Okay, but that doesn't matter because you there now, right? So we have to do things in a certain way. I'm not saying that the Jews don't deserve the ancestral land. I'm just saying we have to do it in a way that promotes everybody being able to still function properly.
Okay, Clarence. I sent you right now the video in the mail. Please
let me look.
The video that I sent you right now is very important.
Okay, let's watch this video.
Yes.
Let me pull it up here.
And like I said before, if you said yes on my question, then you are a Zionist. So the next time somebody tell you those Zionists this, they'll tell them that you're a Zionist, because that's what Zionism is. You can be a left-wing person and the person from the very left and the person from the very right, and still be a Zionist. Okay. That is all of Zionism.
Here we go. Okay. All right,
yes,
so
we're going translation, so don't worry.
Hold on, Vigoda. I haven't watched this video. I'm telling you guys now in the audience, I haven't watched this video. So Vigoda just sent this to me, but he suggests highly that we watch it. Okay, we're gonna watch it. Now, I may stop it at certain points where I have a question. Is that okay with you?
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let's watch this video. The territories, who they belong to.
Yes.
כל יום אנחנו שומעים בחדשות את המושגים.
Stop for a second. You see there is a translation, but your special guest Vigoda is blocking it, so maybe you can do a full screen or something, or move Yes, I hope that your viewers will be able to see it.
I don't think it's gonna be in English, man. So let me see if I
No,
can.
but here is the translation.
Yeah, the
The
translation.
translation, you see?
I don't see how I can translate it.
No, but you see there is translator here.
Where? On
You
YouTube?
don't see it, the English?
No, I don't have a translation.
No. Clarence, look, you don't see the English language?
Oh, down at the bottom.
Yes, that's
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm talking about.
We got it. We can read. Yeah, okay, we can read.
Okay, just like I said, the special guest Vigoda stuff, the intro is blocking it. So
Blocking it. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, let me take that out of the way.
yes,
Got you. Okay, let's see. Let's take that out the way.
all the clip.
Okay, in the news every day we hear I occupy
ונדמה
territory.
שכולנו מכירים את הסיפור. במלחמת ששת הימים כבשה ישראל מהפלסטינים את הגדה המערבית. סירבה לדרישת האו"ם לנסיגה ובנתה שם התנחלויות בניגוד לאמנת ג'נבה שאוסרת על התנחלות בשטח כבוש. אבל האם זו התמונה המדויקת? מה? כל ממשלות ישראל מאז ומעולם פשוט צפצפו על החוק הבינלאומי? נשמע לכם הגיוני? בואו ננסה להבין את המצב המשפטי קצת יותר טוב. נתחיל משאלה פשוטה ועקרונית מאוד. ממי כבשה ישראל את יהודה ושומרון? מהפלסטינים? לא. הרי ב-67 לא הייתה קיימת מדינה פלסטינית.
Okay, so
Okay, you have a question?
Yeah, we just went over that. That just because there was no state or set up recognized state there doesn't mean that it was okay for the people. I mean, does it mean that it? Well, let me ask you this question: just because
Yes.
there's no state recognized by the UN there, does that mean that it's okay to push these people out of their homes?
First of all, we didn't push anyone from their home, and you please watch the rest of the video. He is going to address it in seconds. Don't worry.
Well, okay.
But let me give you a spoiler. This area was under Jordanian occupation after the independence war.
Whoever it was under, does that mean that? Does that mean that you and someone could come in and kick whoever's living there out of their homes illegally?
First of all, we didn't kick anyone from there, and second, a lot of what?
Well, how would how did you capture the land if you didn't get rid of the people that's already
First of all, first of all, we didn't actually. Judea and Samaria was not under our control until after the 6-day war in 67. Okay.
Okay.
After that, we got control on this area. Okay.
Okay.
What you are talking about, if we kicked people or not, this is you're talking about the war for independence.
No. I'm not talking about the war for independence, Vigoda. I'm talking about the Jewish state that has been set up there, and it's to get that state set up there. There's people already living there. You have to remove the people, correct?
First of all, you had a lot of Jews there, and I'm trying to get to it. Look, a lot of them, when you had the war, a lot of them attacked us. A lot of them left. The Arab states told them to leave, and they told them that they are going to exterminate us.
But we're not talking about Vigoda. We're talking about a principle right here. Where
Clarence, I'm trying to explain to you something. You can let me please explain.
I know, but I will let you explain. But you
ask me something.
Listen, relax, Vigoda, because I'm going to let you explain everything. I'm just raising common questions that people want to have to ask, and a lot of the questions I'm asking, you're just zipping by them, and we're not addressing the principle behind that situation, right? Nobody's saying Nobody's saying that the Jews don't deserve a land of their own. We're not saying
I'm trying to get to it. You asked me what happened to those Arabs that were living in the borders of Israel before the 67 war, and I'm trying to explain to you what happened to them, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay.
Now, look, when we had the war, a lot of Arab countries attacked us, okay, and the Arab leaders told the local Arabs here to leave and to come back later because they are going to exterminate us. Okay, a lot of them left because they were thinking that they are going to come back later. Okay, some of them also left because they were afraid of us. Okay. That's the around 90% of the Arabs that left. But let me explain also something to you.
Okay.
In the borders of the state of after the war, there were still Arabs here. There were Bedouins, there were Druzis, there were Arabs. Okay, and and a lot of them, and all of them got Israeli citizenship, and they were treated as equals. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The Arabs that stayed and recognized the state of Israel and stop and held their weapon down, they were treated as equals and got citizenship.
Okay.
Okay, just a second.
Okay, but I'm asking.
Just a second. There is a small problem. Give me a second, Clarence.
Okay.
Just a second. Okay. You hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Why am I hearing you for twice?
Okay, because you're here twice. Okay. Unless somebody's impersonating you, you have popped up twice. Okay, so you want me to pull you down now? Okay, there you go. Okay. All right. Vigoda.
Okay, you hear me?
Vigoda.
Yes.
I'm trying to ask you a simple question. And this thing is just going running around and around. Why are you popping up twice? Are you clicking on links twice?
Oops, you can drop you can drop me again.
Okay, let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to ask you a question and I'm trying to get an answer, man. Oh man, hopefully nothing happened to Vigoda, man. I hope not. I hope he didn't have no issue happen to him. But hopefully we'll wait for him to come back. But okay, y'all. What I want to ask him was, and I'm trying to ask him is, how can it be okay for the Jews to push out the Palestinians and say that's a good thing? We're doing a good thing doing that. When Hitler did the same thing to them, Idi Amin did the same thing to them, and countless other people did the same thing to them, right? And it was wrong when everybody else did it to them, but it's somehow right when they do it to the Palestinians. So that's the first question we want to get to, right? Well, how can we agree that it's wrong the way Hitler handled that situation? That was wrong. We agree to the way that Idi Amin handled that situation. He could handle that a lot better, right? We agree to that. All of a sudden, this situation is different. I don't understand that.
Yes, I was back. What did you ask me?
I said, see, we're talking about it's from the first step of how this situation got like this. It's in my opinion, we went down a path of, well, this is hypocrisy. Well, this will be okay in this situation, but this is not okay in this situation. For example, when Hitler did what he did and pushed out all the Jews, not even to mention all the atrocities, but just pushing them out of their homes. Just that part right there. We agree that was wrong. That was wrong. Well, Clarence, that was the Germans' homeland. See, they have a right to their homeland. So
Clarence, let me explain something to you.
Out, but it's not okay because you have to
Clarence, let me explain something to you. Okay? The German, we didn't declare war of annihilation on the German people. Okay, we didn't declare with all of Europe annihilation war against Germans. Okay,
but wait a minute, Vigoda. I think the average Jews, if they would have had military support, they would have. I think they would have. I don't think they would have sit back and let that happen. I think the only reason why they they had to do what they had to do is because the world didn't believe that Hitler was doing something like that, and then they didn't have the support. They didn't have the military support. I think if the Jews had the military support, which they clearly have now.
Clarence, you're talking about the Holocaust or what was before the Holocaust?
Not only Hitler, but Idi Amin as well. So
look, I don't know what's that guy, why he did what he did. Okay, I don't know. I never heard about this guy.
Look him up. Idi Amin. Look him up.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay,
but please let's take with the Germans. Okay, we are talking about when he rose to power, right?
When who rose to power?
Hitler. When he rose to power, we're talking about then.
Okay.
We are not talking about when he started World War II. We are talking almost a decade before that, when he rose to power. Now,
okay, what about it?
You say that he kicked the Jews out of their homes, correct?
He definitely, at that point, he wasn't able to do it because he wasn't chancellor yet, but he definitely created an environment that was definitely not positive for the Jewish people. They didn't start kicking them out.
Clarence. Now, what I'm trying to explain to you. Yes, Clarence, what I'm trying to explain to you, and please understand.
Burning down their homes and burning down their businesses and stuff like that.
Yes, Clarence, what I'm trying to explain to you, first of all, we didn't burn down any Arab businesses. What I'm trying to explain to you, that we didn't try to conquer Germany.
I'm saying that Hitler did that. I'm saying all of this was to get the Jews up out of Germany because they said that Germany was for Germans, right? And we all sat back and said that was wrong. The way he did that was wrong. And I'm saying that, and I'm still saying that was wrong.
Clarence, but we didn't kick any of them out. Most of them left by their own.
Vigoda, you're not making no sense here. If you're going to take over land, then you have to remove the people that's already on it. If you taking their land, you have to remove them.
Clarence, they declared war on us, and they declared war on us. What do you want us to do with all the Arab countries that were surrounding us that time? What do you want us to do?
Vigoda, we talking about before all of this war and all this start happening. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about.
You know what? You should explain. You should be same.
Listen, Clarence, just like I believe the Jewish people are strong people. They would not have just sat back and let what Hitler did. If they would have had some support, they would have declared war on Germany too. I believe that. They not going to just sit back and let nothing happen to them. So I think the only reason why that they're doing it, that the Arabs are able to, the Palestinians are able to do it, is because they have some type of support coming from somewhere. They got some support coming where they can fight back. So
all the Arab world is supporting them. A lot of liberals in the West are supporting them. Look, Clarence, I'm trying to explain to you, and you are jumping from subject to subject. Okay. Please, let me explain to you.
Okay, please.
Look, you need to specify on what period exactly do you talk about. You're talking about before we declared independence, when the British were in Israel? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm talking about before you even listen to me. I'm talking about before those lands were even confiscated. I'm talking about before that. Before that,
you're talking about the Ottoman, that in the times of the Ottoman Empire.
No, listen. No, I'm talking about when Germany. I'm talking about in World War II when Germany was. I'm talking about a principle, and the principle is what I'm talking about. I'm not saying the Jews did exactly what. And you did word for word what they did. No, I'm not saying that the Jews did word for word what Germany did to them. But what I'm saying is it's the same principle where because I'm German and this is German people have been living here for all these years, then therefore you're Jewish, you don't belong here. And therefore, instead of doing something in a civilized manner to help you, if we want you, we're going to encourage you to leave, then let's do something to help you and leave in a civilized manner. Instead of doing that, we just going to confiscate all your businesses, confiscate all your, ARP all your women and and your children, and put you guys all on trains and say that was not correct. So I'm not saying you guys are putting people on trains, but what I'm saying is just the taking of the land by saying, because this is my ancient homeland, I can just it's okay for me to just push you out without in an uncivilized manner. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Clarence, let me address that, please. Okay, first of all, let's remember, that. Clarence. Let me address it.
Okay.
Okay, let me focus. Look, like I said before, most of them came in the end of the Ottoman period in Israel before World War I and in the British period, okay?
Okay.
So most of them were migrants anyway.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? A lot of them came from Egypt, a lot of them came from modern day Syria, a lot of them came even from Yemen. What?
So they were migrants. What does that have to do with anything?
You said that we pushed them
on the land. If they migrate,
Clarence, I'm trying to explain to you. Let me finish, okay? I know I'm dragging sometime the subject, but still, let me finish.
Okay.
Look, a lot of them, like I said, they came in the end of the Ottoman period, in the end of the 19th century, and the start of the 20th century, okay? You can't say that they were living them. Most of them cannot say that they lived there for a generation. That's a lie. That's a full-on lie. Okay, now most of them. What
difference does that make? That's like the Jews in Germany saying, "Hey," that's like the Germans saying, "Well, you can't say you were living here for centuries because you migrated here." That doesn't give them the right to push them out and burn their businesses. That doesn't give them the right to do that just because they don't want them there.
Okay, Clarence, I'm getting to my point. Let me get to my point. Okay. Look, when we declared independence, they, with all the Arabs surrounding us, declared war on us of extermination. Okay.
That's wrong. I agree with you. That is really wrong.
We were. And unlike, let me explain something to you. Unlike the USA, we didn't have a superpower like France or some great power backing us up in our independence war. Okay, we were being what?
I think America has been very supportive financially.
Yes, but in the war of independence, you didn't back us up. Nobody
everything did. Everything since 49, I think America has publicly and privately been supporting a lot of Americans.
The independence war was in 48, not 49.
Okay, well, whatever. So, but my point.
Okay, no, but that's a fact. But
Vigoda, just like now, America supports.
Yes, they support.
Okay, let's
get a bit to the conversation.
They have had support
but not in the independence war.
But Vigoda, I'm not saying that you guys didn't fight on your own. I'm telling you, you guys fought. Okay, no problem. But what I'm saying is, let's not be naive and say, oh, there was no support there. That's like saying, oh, the Palestinians, they're just finding these guns from anywhere. No, they have support. Somebody's supporting that. So
Clarence, I'm trying to get to my point. It's your ethic. Let me finish.
Please finish. We'll go.
Oh God. Look, those people try to annihilate us, okay, like the Germans. We didn't have any other choice, okay? We fight and we won, okay? And a lot of them run out to what you have today as they escaped to Judea and Samaria and into Gaza. Modern day Judea and Samaria and Gaza, a lot of them, and a lot of them are left in general to other countries that surrounds us. What?
Go ahead and finish.
Okay, a lot of them were scared of because we're winning the war, so they escaped to Judea and Samaria that was under Jordanian occupation. They escaped to Gaza that was under Egyptian occupation later. Okay. and a lot of them also were promised by the Arab countries to leave for the moment and to come back later, because they said to them that they are going to eliminate us all. Okay?
Okay.
That's why a lot of them left. That's the second reason a lot of them left. Okay, that's 90% of them. We also kicked some of them out, but still, we were backed into a small corner. We didn't have a choice. This is how war wins. Okay, I know that people in the USA love to be humanitarian and stuff, but in here, if it's in here in the Middle East, a lot of times it's them or you.
I get
okay,
you.
don't.
I got you on that.
You need to get this.
Okay, so to see, this is my question. See, I'm not questioning who's more vicious, who's more. It's obviously that, like you said, it's either you or them. So the viciousness is just part of the issue, right? The Jews will be just as vicious, and the Arabs will be. I mean, the Palestinians will be just as vicious.
First of all, Clarence, you know what? I want to explain something to you. I want to explain something all to you.
Okay.
We never abused their women and children. Even in that time, we never aimed for the women and children. Even before we had a state, even in the time of the British Mandate, we never aimed for children. We never aimed for innocent people.
Hopefully
okay?
not. Hopefully not.
I'm telling you, Clarence, I'm telling you a fact. We never aimed at people and women, okay?
Okay. But what I'm saying is, you just said yourself. You said it. You said it's a lot of times out here, it's either them or you, right?
Yes.
So listen, when it's them or
kill
you,
the kill.
Okay. So when it's them or you,
like we said,
that's not. There's no rules of civility there. Well, we're not gonna bomb their children.
What?
They're bombing our children, but we're not gonna bomb their children. I mean, there's no rules of civility. There's
First of all, we aren't bombing their children, for God's sake.
The law of the jungle. When it's the law of the jungle, you know, whoever can impose their will, whoever can make it happen, right?
Clarence, tell me something. What do you think this place is? The Middle East is a jungle. What do you think this place is?
I know that, and I understand that. And I'm trying to tell you, you're the one that's trying to say, "Oh, we're the civilized people." No, I know that.
Yes, we are civilized.
In this situation, you don't have no civility. You don't have time to be civil. You don't have time to do that because it's such a crazy environment. You don't have time.
Clarence,
for one person to be civil. The person that listen. We not silly here. The person that's going to be civil in a situation like that over there, the person that's trying to be civil is going to lose. Everybody has to be off the chain. But I understand.
In some degree.
So I'm not saying, oh, well, the Jews are this, the Palestinians are they doing all this craziness. I know the Jews have to respond in kind, right? Because it's just the environment. So I understand that. I'm not saying, I'm not silly. I understand it's an environment where if you be nice to the other person, you're going to lose. So you can't.
Yes, but Clarence, let me explain another thing to you, please. Let me explain to me.
You have to be just as vicious as the other person just to keep up. So I understand that.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Please let me explain something to you, Clarence.
You're not being forthright here, because of course you
I'm
have
not
to be
what?
Being forthright. You're not being truthful all the way, because yes, of course you this is a war. In war, there is no civility in war. War is war, and everything goes in war. You don't hash out what happened to after the war. So what I'm saying is, you can't say that. Well, the Jews. Shout out to Brother Watkins. You can't say, well, the Israelis are they're the Boy Scouts over here, and the other people they're the evil.
Honestly, they are evil
over there, right? And so what I'm saying is, there's going to be atrocities on both sides because it's a war.
So
in war, there's atrocities on both sides. You can't be the nice guy in war because you're going to lose. You have to. And you even said that yourself. So we're not that, but that's not even what I want to talk about. Vigoda. I don't even want to address that. What I want to address is the principle of doing something, and then how is there a way where we can end this violence? Is there a way? And now I think there's a way we can end this violence, but it's going to be very, very hard, and it's hard on both sides.
Clarence,
Like anything.
Clarence, please, let's please finish to watch the video, okay?
Okay. All right, man. All right. You know we love you, Vigoda, but we just talking the truth here. All right.
But you know what? Let me say something to you.
Yes, sir.
Unlike them, even when we were backed into a corner, we didn't massacre the people, the innocent. We didn't massacre the women. Unlike them, they did a lot of stick pins in the War of Independence. Okay, we still aren't. We are still very far from their level of barbarism.
Okay, I will take your word for that. I'll take your word for that. But let's
Thank
finish
you.
the video. Let's finish the video.
Okay.
בעצם מתי כן? השטח נכבש מירדן. זה היה במלחמת מגן חוקית, אחרי שירדן, מצרים וסוריה ניסו להשמיד את ישראל. אגב, להשמיד מדינות זה לא חוקי. ואיזו טענה משפטית הייתה לירדן לבעלות על השטח? כלום. היא פשוט כבשה את האזור ב-48, ואף אחד מלבד פקיסטן ובריטניה לא הכיר בזה, אפילו לא מדינות ערב. ירדן לא הייתה הבעלים החוקיים של השטח, ואין לה תביעות עליו. אין נכבש. אז איך יש כובש? ההגדרה המדויקת של יהודה ושומרון, על פי המשפט הבינלאומי, היא כמו בעוד מקומות רבים בהם יש או היו סכסוכים טריטוריאליים, חבל קשמיר, נגורנו קרבאח או סהרה המערבית, ההגדרה אין...
Okay. Got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay. So Germany, according to what this man just said, Germany legally had a right to that territory, right?
Who said?
The man just said that Israel wasn't was just being occupied by Jordan. It was they didn't
Jordan, not Germany. Jordan.
I said Jordan. I said
Okay.
it was occupied by Jordan, right?
Judea and Samaria. He talked about Judea and Samaria, not Israel. Judea and Samaria.
Okay. And therefore he said that they did not have a legal right to the territory. They wasn't legally on the property, correct? Is that what he just said?
Let me explain what he meant. Please let me explain.
Okay.
In the War of Independence, when we fought with them, they took the territory that was now Judea and Samaria according to the what? Okay, Clarence?
I'm listening, man. I'm trying not to.
Okay. You look like you are the goddammit. Why the hell I got into my too? But okay, I'm
sorry, Vigoda. I'm not being sensitive to the situation. I'm very sorry, brother. I'm listening to you. I just have questions, man, and I don't want you to keep flying off the handle. But I'm trying to understand.
I'm not flying. Okay.
Okay.
In the territories that you now know as Judea and Samaria, according to what the Europeans recommended to us, would be most of it will be under the Arabs, the new Arab state that they want to make here. Okay. And when we win the war, we got a lot of the territories that is now in Israel, that without Judea and Samaria, and they got Judea and Samaria. The Jordanians and the Egyptian got Gaza. Okay, that was supposed to be the so-called Palestinian state. Look, he's talking about it in the video. You know, if you just watch it, and he will get to it.
Okay, so you want to watch the video first?
Just give him a chance. Give the video a chance, man.
All right. I'll take that. See how Vigoda got me, y'all. Vigoda got me went upside my head. All right.
איננה שטחים כבושים, אלא שטחים שנויים במחלוקת. לכן גם כל המושג של שטחים כבושים באמנת ז'נבה פשוט לא קשור ליהודה ושומרון. אז עכשיו יהיה מי שיגיד, אוקיי, אז גם ירדן הייתה כובשת. אז מה? כ"ט בנובמבר. החלטת האו"ם על שתי מדינות. ישראל מפרה את ההחלטה הזאת.
I want you to look at this map. This is the map. That was that was that was offering. They offered us. We said yes. The Arabs said no, and they attacked us. Okay.
Okay.
The areas that you see that next to Gaza and in the north, when we finished the war, we got those, and Egypt got what you know today is Gaza, and the Jordanians got Judea and Samaria. And like I said, they went to a war of annihilation of us. Okay, so that is why it's not. That's why they got illegally that area. But
Okay,
continue,
well,
please.
Okay, well, like I said, you know, if the people are sitting on the land, I think they could have handled it better than to just. Anyway, let's finish the video.
ושוב, לא נכון. משפטית, החלטת החלוקה היא בגדר הצעה שמקבלת תוקף רק אם שני הצדדים מקבלים אותה. שני הצדדים אמרנו, היהודים הסכימו, הערבים פתחו במלחמה. ומה לעשות? הם הפסידו. בקיצור, החלטת החלוקה מ-1947 היא הצעה שנדחתה, ואין לה תוקף משפטי. פשוט אין. אוקיי, אז זה לא וזה לא, אז מה כן? עם מה נשארנו? איפה הגבול? בואו נחזור קצת אחורה בזמן, אל תדאגו, לא עד אברהם אבינו, רק כ100 שנים, ונבין מה נתן תוקף משפטי לריבונות של כל המדינות באזור. המזרח התיכון. עד 1917, רוב האזור היה חלק מהאימפריה הטורקית. בסוף מלחמת העולם הראשונה, אחרי שמדינות ההסכמה ניצחו את טורקיה, השטח הכבוש עבר לשליטת צרפת ובריטניה. והוחלט ליצור מזרח תיכון חדש ולחלק את האזור למדינות, כאשר הלורד בלפור, שר החוץ הבריטי,
Okay.
I want to just say that the agreements of splitting like this, the Middle East is the Sykes-Picot agreement. Just saying. You can continue.
Okay.
החליט לזרוק גם לעם היהודי איזה עצם, ומצהיר, יש להכיר בזכויות ההיסטוריות של העם היהודי על ארץ ישראל. אבל רגע, אתם קולטים מה קרה פה? המנדט כלל אתם קולטים מה קרה פה? המנדט, זכויות ההיסטוריות של העם היהודי על ארצם, ומצהיר, יש להכיר בזכויות ההיסטוריות של העם היהודי על ארץ ישראל. אבל רגע, אתם קולטים מה קרה פה? המנדט כלל במקור לא רק את יהודה ושומרון, אלא גם את עבר הירדן המזרחי. אז שלא יגידו שלא עשינו ויתורים כואבים. בכל מקרה, ארגון חבר הלאומים נתן ב-1922 תוקף משפטי להחלטה. בריטניה קיבלה מנדט על האזור כדי לסייע בהקמת המדינה היהודית. בואו נגיד שהם לא...
Okay, can stop for a second?
Okay.
You remember that I told you that the British stopped Jews of coming to Israel? Remember?
Yeah.
They stopped Jews coming from Israel before and doing World War II. So the British has their own share of Jewish blood on their hands. Just saying.
Okay.
And they literally hunted down Jews that they tried to sneak in boats and send them back to Europe. So you know what they say. I remember that some smartest in your from this community says that the Europeans gave us this land on a silver spoon or something. Well, no, we fought and bled for it, and the British all the way tried to stop us from declaring independence. We even have a small guerrilla war with them, but never mind that. You can continue.
Okay.
אבל זה כבר נושא אחר. מה שיפה הוא שההכרה של חבר הלאומים בזכותו של העם היהודי בארץ ישראל עד הירדן, כולל יהודה ושומרון, הושררה שוב על ידי האו"ם לאחר מלחמת העולם השנייה. כלומר, לא רק שקיבלנו הכרה משפטית בינלאומית גורפת לזכותנו על יהודה ושומרון, קיבלנו אותה פעמיים. אז בואו נחזור רגע למשוואה שלנו ונראה את התמונה המלאה. המלחמה ב-1967 הייתה מלחמת מגן חוקית. ישראל לא כובשת כי לא הייתה בשטח שום ישות חוקית, ולכן השטח הוא לא כבוש, אלא שנוי במחלוקת. גם החלטת החלוקה מ-1947 מעולם לא קיבלה תוקף משפטי. זכויותיה של ישראל על השטח קיבלו הכרה חוקית בינלאומית, ולכן, ממילא, בניית התנחלויות היא חוקית לחלוטין. אז מה הפתרון? אין פתרונות קסם. אבל לא חשוב אם אתה שמאל או ימין. זכור, שלישראל יש טענות משפטיות מובהקות לזכותה על יהודה ושומרון. העמדה הזו לא רק שתחזק את נקודת הפתיחה של ישראל בכל משא ומתן עתידי, זו גם האמת הפשוטה. אז תפסיקו להגיד שטחים כבושים. זה פשוט לא פוליטיקלי קורקט.
Okay, it's ending. You can stop it now.
All right.
Okay, so it's didn't cover what I hoped it, what I remembered it's supposed to cover, but I also have another video that is talking specifically about all the refugee stuff.
Let's talk about it, because I want to talk about the principles. We can't do anything about what the Palestinians are doing. We can't talk about what the Jews are doing. We really can't control any of that, right? What we can do is have a conversation about where can we go, man? Because see, I know there's atrocities happening on both sides. See, I'm not silly. I'm like the man said, and like you said, you can't be a nice guy in this kind of a war. You just can't. The nice guy's gonna lose. So everybody has to be just as vicious as the other person just to keep up, just to stay in the fight. So I understand that. So I'm not thinking.
Let me correct you, Clarence, please. Let me correct you.
You always are correcting me, but go ahead, Vigoda. Go ahead.
By saying vicious, I hope you don't mean that we are going to gun down their kids or families. We don't never do it, and we will never do such a thing.
I'm not saying that the Israelis are doing anything. What I'm
you
saying
say vicious. What do you mean by vicious?
Be vicious on both sides. I don't know what they're doing. I'm not there. Thank God that I am not in that situation. Thank God that you haven't been caught up in that situation yet. But what I'm saying is, there's stuff because you see, they're showing you what the Palestinians are doing. There's a lot of stuff you're not seeing, and there's a lot of stuff I'm not seeing. See, I'm old enough to know that just because they're not showing me what's going on doesn't mean it's not going on. So that's why I'm until somebody would say and prove to me that that's not happening, I would say, okay, I'll take your word for it. But you know what I'm saying, I'm very reserved, because in a war that's this vicious and has this much viciousness in it, I know that Israel would have been lost if they just would have just said, well, we're not going to be just as, vicious. I'm not saying they're inhumane, but the viciousness definitely is going to be out there, because it's going to have to be. It have to be just to keep up, right? If you guys were like, hey, they're throwing RPGs at you and you guys are throwing pillows at them, you're done, right? So I already know that. But anyway, I want to get to the principle of the situation, Vigoda. That's where I want to stick to. I want to stick to the principle, because I think we've all agreed that the Jews have a right to have a homeland. We've all agreed that if they so choose to want that for themselves, they should have the right to pursue that, right? The question is, how are they going to pursue that? Are they going to pursue that in a way? And if you're going to pursue it and you want it pursued in a certain, if you want your homeland, see, this is a thing. This is what we have to clear up. How can you say Germany and Idi Amin and Hitler were such bad people for doing the same thing, saying, because that's basically what they did. They said, hey, these are our ancestral lands. Get out, Jews. Right? They basically did the same thing.
No.
Plus the atrocities they added onto it. But the principle, I'm talking about principally, they did. And now now good. I'm glad you said that. Now you explain to me principally why it's different.
Okay, then. Okay.
All right.
You're lucky that I'm talking to not somebody else from my family, because or in general somebody else from here, because people will be screaming on you and
I
cursing.
know,
And
and I appreciate you for
no,
that, Vigoda, because I know it's
yes,
very
I
difficult.
know that you're not a
Difficult
racist or
conversation
something.
to
You're
have.
a good person. I know that. I know that there's
You are,
no hatred
you
in
are
your
as
heart.
well. I
I
feel
know
the
that.
same way about you. So I think we can have this conversation, and we can even
Yes.
give each other for having these cultural, not understanding, right? So I
Okay.
appreciate that, man.
Now look, Clarence, the Jews in how I started. I will start from. Look, the Jews in Germany were there for many centuries. Okay, you had the Ashkenazi Jews in Germany even before the establishment of Germany, of modern day Germany, or even medieval Germany, if you think about it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, I'll take that.
Okay. Now,
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with them being pushed out?
stick with
You know what I'm
me
saying?
and stick with me, please. Stick with me.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
stick with you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Stick with me like glue. But not. But
Okay.
seriously.
All right.
Okay. Look, we didn't say that we are going to conquer Germany and eliminate all the Germans and take Germany for
Agreed.
ourselves. We didn't say that.
Agreed.
Okay. No, and again, we let me explain something to you. Jews in World War I and before it were very loyal to Germany. Okay, we were the
Agreed.
Ashkenazi Jews in Germany in
Agreed.
the 19th century were very loyal. Okay, they even saw them as themselves as German first and Jews later. Okay,
Agreed.
and the Jews there were not afraid to the Germans. Okay, what Hitler did, first of all, he wanted not just to kick us out, he wanted to eliminate us. Okay, let's be
Agreed.
accurate about that. Okay, so this is not so that's what he did is unacceptable. Now let's look.
Agreed.
And now, Clarence, let's look at what happened in the War of Independence in Israel in 48.
But I'm not talking about what I'm okay. So let me.
You try to compare them to the Arabs. Now I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, but
please let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, Vigoda. I'm gonna let you finish. But I want to explain something. I want to say something to you real fast. Okay, so I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm not talking about that the Jews are doing everything that Hitler did word for word.
I know, but I'm trying to explain to you.
I'm talking about the principle of removing someone off of the land that they've been living on and just removing them because they feel like they have a right to that land and you don't because your heredity doesn't say that. See,
Clarence,
that's what I'm saying. The principle is the same. And I'm
Clarence, let me address it, please.
Okay.
I can
all right.
Now I will address it.
Okay.
I will compare the two groups that to them and to the Jews of Germany from top to bottom. So please stick with me, okay? Okay, now look. Like I said, for the millions of times for our viewers, most of the Palestinians that you know today came. Excuse me, there is a alarm. A second. Shit, there's a alarm. I need to go, Clarence. I will talk to you in another 10 or 20 minutes. Bye.
Okay, all right.
There's a alarm. Bye.
Okay, Shalom. All right, man. That's a very brave brother right there, man. Very brave brother. Okay, so he had to go, right? He had to go. Hey, any of y'all, man, say a prayer for the brother. Good young cat, man. You know what I'm saying? But of course, man, he's came up in the Jewish schools. He came up in the, theology. So of course he's holding on hard. He holding on hard, right? Hopefully the brother is okay, man. Hopefully the brother be okay and he can come back, right? But we got to get down to the principle of the situation, right? Shout out to Brother Bolo. We got to go to the principle of the situation, right? How can it be wrong for Hitler to say, okay, well, you don't have ancestral claims to this land, so we're going to push you out of here? How can it be wrong for Idi Amin to say, well, you don't have ancestral claims to Uganda, so we're going to push you out of here? We're going to take your businesses, we're going to take your money, we're going to take everything, right? How can those guys be wrong And in the Jewish situation, all of a sudden they're what do you call that? A war of independence. I don't understand that. Under that logic, the German situation was a war of independence, and we know that was wrong. Come on, y'all, we know that was wrong. We know the Nazis were wrong. There ain't no way you could slice it. They was wrong for what they did, right? So I don't think that's anything that we even have to debate over whether they were wrong. Idi Amin, he was wrong for the way he did what he did. Now, yeah, you can say, hey, look, man, we want you to move, but there's a way. In a civilized world, we got to do things in a civilized manner, right? But we agree that wasn't correct. But then how can we say, okay, here's the Jewish people over here in Israel, they're doing it this way, they're doing it the same way. How can that be? How can one be right and the other be wrong? And it's the same principle. See, I think that I have a solution that in my head, because I think none of us want this violence to continue, at least those of us that's looking at it from the outside. We don't want this violence to continue. We don't want it to continue. I don't know who wants it to continue, really. I think most people, if we could come up with a solution that made sense, they would want this violence to stop, right? Okay, well, what's a solution that makes sense? Unfortunately, let me tell you what I feel would be a solution to this problem. What I feel like would be a solution to this problem is there would have to be a UN force that would have to just say, okay, we're going to start all over. We have to start all over. Unfortunately, we have to start all over with this situation. See, yeah, you're right. They tried to hash this agreement out 100 years ago. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, so now we got to retry and do it again, because unfortunately, from what I'm looking at, this violence ain't never going to stop. It's going to just continue and continue and continue and continue. And I think to get the violence to stop, I think we would have to come up with a radical solution. This ain't gonna be no, okay, well, let's give all the Palestinians some Starbucks gift cards. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna work. It's gonna have to be some real tough things that have to happen and one of the things I think is gonna have to happen is you have to have you have to have somebody, an outside person intervene in that situation and say, okay, set up a code of conduct for everybody and say, okay, we're going to start all over. If you don't want to come to the table from this point forward, if you don't want to come to the table, then, we're going to have to dismiss your claim, right? And everybody understands that, right? That, in my opinion, that's going to be hard on the Jewish camp in particular. It's going to be hard on the Palestinians too, but it'll be really hard because the Jews have so much control over that area that it would definitely be hard for them, but harder, I think, for them. They have much more established businesses, established, marketplaces and stuff like that. They're much more established in that area. Sister Annie said, thank you, Brother Clarence, for having Vigoda. You did a lot to help us understand what's going on. Yeah, man, the man said he's Can any of you guys understand what it's like to barricade yourself? Not from no tornado. I'm talking about barricading yourself from a possible invasion. I don't care what you think about Vigoda, man. This man is out here barricading himself with his mama in a concrete room. He has to have rations. For how long? 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months? They gotta find a way to use the bathroom. I mean, they gotta have first aid kits. They gotta have everything. See, we living our lives out here, man. We out here living. And we're not thankful. See, this is why I always try to tell y'all, man, be thankful. Be thankful. Because you don't know, man. You don't know, man, what's really going on around the world. You really don't know. You shielded. We out here talking about, the manosphere. or Princella or something crazy like that. We have no clue what real issues are. Those are just nothing compared to real issues that people are dealing with. Man, there's little kids that's got to be, man, imagine you got a family, man, you got to barricade your family in because of an impending invasion. And the man said, I don't even have a weapon. He said, Clarence, I don't even have a weapon. I got a hammer. Imagine that you got to barricade your mama in a concrete room. You got to put a door on it that's bulletproof. Think about that for just a second, family. No matter whose side you on, think about that for just a second. We need a resolve for this. If any of y'all are praying people, man, pray for a resolve for this situation. And a peaceful resolve, man, a resolve where the people say, okay, we can deal with it on either side. We don't like this, but we can deal with it. Because in a negotiation, man, you don't get everything you want. Not in most cases, you're not. Most cases, you're gonna have to make a sacrifice, and the other person gonna have to make a sacrifice. It's gonna have to be a sacrifice on both sides. Well, Clarence, the Jews shouldn't be there, and Clarence, the Palestinians shouldn't be there. I don't care whose side you on. The violence is what we want to stop. The violence. Because like he said, man, that kind of viciousness, man, I don't care. Whatever he's saying that the Palestinians are doing, in my heart, I believe that the Jews are capable if they're not already doing it. Because you can't be the nice guy. In a war like that, you can't be the nice guy. The nice guy is going to lose. Oh, we don't shoot their children. No, the nice guy is going to lose. Oh, we don't do this to their women. No, the nice guy is going to lose in a war like this. That's why y'all should pray and thank you, especially us over here in America, where you're so far away from something like that, man. You have no clue. We have no clue how vicious people can be. Well, well, that's of us as black people. We got a clue. We know how vicious people can be. But I mean, when people declare war on you, when a whole country declare war on you, when a massive group of people who are financed and backed and they have support, and they can just point an RPG at your house and just blow it up. You never seen that. You never seen nothing like that. You never seen nothing like that. Prayer is better than sleep, so saith the Quran. Prayer is better than sleep. You only sleeping one time a night. You should be praying 5 times a day at least, right? As us as Muslims, rather, right? Consider ourselves Muslims, right? Yeah, I'm Muslim, but I don't support no violence that I feel like there's a way around it. And I feel like there's a way around this situation, but it's tough. It's easy for you to say, Clarence, you don't live over here. You're right. I don't. But sometimes you got to take a look at it from the outside. You got to have an outside observer. Look at the situation. Right? This man don't even have a weapon. He's in a bunker with his mama, and he don't even have a weapon. Right? But see, that's why I say Israeli people, they strong, man. They ain't gonna just roll out. They're gonna say, oh well, y'all coming at us, well, we're gonna leave. No, they're not. They're not. They strong. But you got to be smart at the same time. Sometimes there's strength, and you need both strength and brains. Can't just be strong, right? Can't just say I'm not gonna leave, but then at the same time we're just gonna keep this violence going on and on and on. No, we gotta come to a solution that's gonna be mutually beneficial, even on the Palestinian side. Even on the Palestinian side, we got to come to an agreement that's going to be worthy on both sides. Now, I hope brother said he'd be back in 20 minutes, right? Hopefully he will. But if not, man, we'll end the show, man. I mean, you know, we just pray and hope that the brother didn't have no violence. Let me see if he sent me an email. He might send me an email saying, Clarence, I got it. I'm in the middle of this situation or this situation. No, nothing from him yet. But Vigoda's a good dude, man. You know what I mean? He just, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't understand some of the what do you call that? He didn't understand some of the cultural things that, you know, because he came on earlier, right? We talked before the broadcast started, and he was he was going in on our sniper, right? He was going in on a sniper. He said, "Hey, man, I got sniped. You know, Clarence, why did I get sniped? I shouldn't have got sniped. You know what I mean, Clarence? What's wrong, man? I was, you know." And I told him, I said, "Man, man." He said, "I didn't even know that this person controls the chat. I thought you controlled the chat." All right, right on, man. Vigoda's okay. Vigoda's okay. All right. Vigoda said, "I didn't know that this person controlled the chat," right? I said, if you listen to the show in the beginning, Vigoda, you know, man, you know that Risa has a way to handle a free hand to handle everything the way she wants to handle it. So he said, "I didn't mean to offend her." He said, "Class, I didn't mean to offend her. I didn't know it was a woman." He said, I called her bro. He said, "By mistake." He said, "I wasn't trying to be offensive, Clarence. I called her bro by mistake. I didn't know it was a female." I said, "Yeah, man." We understand. I said, "Vigoda, these people are the ones that told me you need to check on Vigoda. Check on Vigoda. Find out what's going on with Vigoda." I said, "You guys are right." Here he is back in the house.
Okay, I've been to the mamad with my mom. It's she's okay. I'm okay.
All right.
And let me tell you what's happened now. There was a big boom not far from you. Probably one of the missiles landed not far from you. Probably, from what I know.
Hold on.
I'm okay.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah.
Why you show only me?
Hold on 1 second, because I gotta step out for a minute. Hold on.
Okay. I want to tell all of you that I'm okay. Like I said, okay. I went to the safe room. There was a big boom not far from here, so probably the missile landed not far from here. From what I know, a few days ago, a missile landed not far from where from one of my cousins live. At least, I mean, in any case, even if it would hit my house, the safe room, concrete wall with an iron door, I'm okay. And yes, we got food and water there. Everybody here was harnessed in, not how you say it, rationing food and drinks and water. Everybody would buy it from the supermarket and clean off everybody cleaned off the markets, especially for water and toilet paper. We are prepared. Don't worry. Those bastards aren't going to break us. I see that Riz Nelly. I don't know how to say your name. Like I said, I didn't know that you are a woman, so sorry for the misunderstanding, my dear. And I don't see any information about where it's landed. In the recent reports, it said that they attacked the Gush Dan area, in Tel Aviv, Bnei Brak, and in the city of Ramat Gan. They was in panic. That's what the news right now says, something like this. In any case, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. You would need more than this to take me out.
I had to move my car, man. Sorry about that. All right.
Yeah.
Do some work here in the building. Okay, so I missed a couple of minutes what you're saying. So you okay
now
right
we're
now?
Even.
Okay, so you're okay right now, right?
Yes, I've been in the mamad, the safe room, and with my mom. She's okay. I'm okay. She's now she's in there relaxing.
Good. Good.
is okay.
Shout out to moms.
I don't
Good.
like I said to your audience. I don't. There was a big boom. I don't know where it landed, but it landed not far from here. The rocket.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Vigoda. If rockets are landing there, why are you still there? Why don't you just leave?
I'm not. First of all, I have my safe room, and secondly, I am not going to leave my country for. Nobody's going to drive me out of here.
I can
Not
dig
the
that.
Hamas
Man.
and nobody.
Dig that. I can dig that definitely for sure.
They're
Okay.
They're not going to drive me out of my homeland.
Okay.
Not for my city, not for my home, not from anywhere.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Nobody is. I'm not afraid of those bastards.
I definitely respect that. Okay, so now, okay, so we were talking about the principle, right? Well, first of all,
okay, let me catch my breath for a second.
Okay, let's get you to calm down. Okay, so
now
so
where
far
were we?
where you are now, how would you know that people are in there? Do they have sirens or do they have?
Yes, we have a siren. I heard the siren from far.
Okay.
It's usually way more louder. Van asked me something about if we have. Let me just. What time is it? The time right now is 9:18. 9 in the night.
Okay, so 9:18 p.m. Right? Okay.
Yes, 9 in the night.
Okay, here in the nighttime is p.m. here, and the
Okay,
morning time is a.m.
I don't know that, but okay, thank you for this
Well,
information.
you know, so when we talk about before 12 o'clock p.m. is a.m. Okay, all right. So anyway, so it's 9 p.m. right, and rockets are still you're still hearing booms and blasts, right?
Yes, they probably they started the invasion into Gaza to rescue the hostages.
Okay, so are you far from Gaza? Or are you close to Gaza?
I'm in the Gush Dan. I'm in the Tel Aviv. I'm close to Tel Aviv. I'm in one of the cities of the Gush Dan area. That is those are basically cities that are close to Tel Aviv.
Don't tell us
I'm in one of them.
where you are, but I'm just saying in relationship to Gaza, are you how many kilometers or not? Never mind.
Okay, let me say it like this: a missile from Gaza, a real serious missile, it will take him 90 seconds to reach this area.
Okay, yeah, we don't.
Okay, unlike I don't know, unlike the south. In the south, for example, for example, in the city of Sderot.
Vigoda. I'm not gonna let you put yourself out there like that. No. Okay, so let me ask you something else.
What's wrong?
I'm not gonna let you put your location out there. So now,
I'm not. Don't worry.
So let me ask you something else.
Yes, but I'm trying to say that in the city of Sderot, in the south, it's they have less than 10 minutes until the rockets hit them.
Okay, we'll go.
Unfortunately, so they sleep in a full 24/7 in the safe room or whatever they have.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. I don't want you to put your location out there. I don't want you.
I'm not telling you my location. I'm telling you it's like you telling me that you are in how you say. What's the name of your country in the US? What's the name of your country in the USA?
America.
No, not America. I'm talking about the state.
Oh, my state, the state of California.
Yes, I know that you're from the USA. I meant California. It's like that it's like when I'm telling that I'm in the Gush Dan area or close to Tel Aviv. It's like you are telling me that you are in California. Okay?
Yeah, man.
It tells me it's not supposed to tell you
over here yet. There's nobody throwing RPGs over here yet. Right. so I could tell you where I'm at, but I don't want you to tell us because brother, I'm
not telling you. Don't worry, I'm not telling you important stuff. Don't worry.
Of you. We're very fond of you. We don't want nothing to happen to you. Whatever we think about the situation or not, we're very fond of you. We don't want nothing to happen to you. So I don't want to I don't want to incidentally have somebody do the calculations and say, well, he's probably around here. I don't want that to happen, right? Because I would.
Unfortunately, they are going to target this area anyway.
Anyway, all of us will feel awful if something like that happened. So we're gonna stop it. Listen to me, Vigoda. Yes. Listen. This is one time. Listen. All right. So now, what I want to
I'm listening to you. Relax.
Listen, Vigoda, because I need your help, man. We need your help. Because see, people.
Okay, I'm all for you.
We are so soft, man. We don't really understand the mentality of a situation where you're preparing for a possible invasion. So I want to get that clear. I think that I think we made it clear that the Jews have a right to their homeland. I think we're just
Yes.
disagreeing on the methodology to get there. But other than that, I think we all agree, yes, they should, and no, they should not be having all of this unnecessary violence happening to them. And so I think we all agree on that. So that's not nothing that we
Yes,
disagree on.
Clement, you know what? Let me continue where I stepped before the siren. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, now let me just a little bit concentrate. I'm terrible in concentrating, so okay. Look, we talked about we discussed the Jews in Germany. Now we're going to compare them to the Arabs, to the details about them, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to talk about from the bottoms up about the Arabs. So
Okay.
stick with me until the end, okay? Now,
Okay.
like I said, the Arabs most of the so-called Palestinians came in the 19th century during the decline of the Ottoman Empire and the British Empire, and during the British Empire. Actually, most of them came in during the British Empire as migrants.
Okay.
Okay, so they are like in some degree, in that time they were like illegal Mexicans in your eyes, in some degree.
They're like little Mexicans.
Illegal Mexicans. It's like somebody that snuck up the border.
They're like illegal Mexicans. Okay.
Yeah, if
All
you
right.
want to compare it to you. I'm trying to metaphor it to you so you could understand.
Okay.
But in any case, let's continue, please. Let's continue.
Okay.
Now, those guys made very hell for us, okay? They did a lot of massacres in the 20s on us. The British didn't stop them until they tried to massacre the British as well, okay? They did a lot of bloody stuff on us.
Right.
Okay, and also you talked about land and stuff. The land that the Jews buy, we buy from a lot of local Arabs the land that the Jews from the West settled on. Okay, but there was also already here a Jewish population. Even in the darkest times of this land, you had a Jewish population here. And let me give you a little spoiler. When they did a big massacres in the 20s, they also massacred them. Okay, so it's not. So if somebody wants to say that they felt threatened that because we came from Europe to live here, bullshit. And also just
of course, I know that Jews have been in that area for hundreds of years, hundreds of thousands of years. We know that.
Yes, thank you. Also, you know
I don't think anybody disputes that. I'm not, well, put it like this. I don't think anybody that's educated about the situation disputes that.
Yes, and we will get to this in another video that I want to show you.
Not only the Jews have been in that area, but the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims have been in that area for thousands of years, all of them.
Which Christians? That's the question about that, but never mind that. Let's continue, please. Okay, those people, what?
I said you were talking.
Yes, you did something with your hands, so I thought that you want to say something or trying to say something. I'm trying to be polite. Okay, so okay, those guys did a lot of massacring. They tried, and again, those guys are not here for centuries. Okay, they are here. They were here just a few decades.
Who's that?
Most of the Arabs in Israel in that time, in the British period. Now,
well, I'm saying before the British even got to that area was those three groups were already, running around that area, conquering each other, taking over territory.
I'm saying the majority of the Muslims, not all of them.
Huh?
But first of all, before the British, the area was under the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is before the Ottoman Empire, before that got established, there was all three groups were in that area.
There was the Mamluks. If you want to get into the history, the history of that, the Mamluks, the Egyptian Mamluks, but never mind that.
Are you gonna let me see, man? Are you gonna let me finish this a sentence, or
I'm trying to now. Let me get to the point. My point, please.
Okay, come on, get to the point.
Okay, my point is when we declared independence, they, like I said, and all of the Arab states that surrounds us attacked us. Okay, it was us or them, and like I said, a lot of them left by willingly because they were they were illegal migrants. They were migrants anyway, most of them, and also a lot of them stayed. And today a lot of them, like for example the Druzis or other or local Christian Arabs or Arabs, Muslims, they are stayed, and they accepted us the Jewish state, and they today they are equal citizens. They are in the army. They are in they are citizens like me and everybody else here. And let me tell you something. When I was in the army, I served with some Arabs, and after the army, in one of the works that I did, I worked with Arabs. I had Arabs colleagues, Muslim Arabs. Okay, I don't have a problem with them as long as they don't do anything against me and they don't call themselves Palestinians, don't choose to call themselves Palestinians, don't have a problem. Okay, so to say that we kicked them forcibly out of their houses, first of all, it was they fought us. So in wars, people in wars.
But listen, Vigoda. But see, you're stepping right over the obvious. Why are they fighting you? Right? It's like you're not explaining from the beginning that if you're saying, okay, this is my homeland. Okay, so this is my homeland. You live in here. You got to go because we have to establish this homeland for our people. Okay, so that is probably the integral part of why this whole thing got started, right?
Okay, Okay, Clarence, the reason that they are against, they wanted to, you know what, it's funny, I see you in my computer, and at the same time I'm talking to you into my phone, so I see you in delay, I think that you're saying right now, but never mind that.
Well,
look, like I said,
let me explain. You have to let me finish at least one of my sentences, right?
Okay.
And I understand you, man, because I understand you're very passionate. You actually living. I'm just talking. I'm thousands of miles away. I could, you know me. I'm just talking about it.
Maybe you can one day come visit me here.
Maybe I might. Okay, so but when things calm down a little bit, right?
so they come down and clean Gaza from the.
But I want the people here to understand what you guys are going through, even in the mentality of stuff. But okay, so let's come back to the whole how this thing got started. Let's come back to that. What I want to discuss right now is what the people on the street are feeling right now. Like are people still going to the movies? Are people still going to the store?
Right now, everybody is in their houses, in their safe rooms, or in the if you have like how you say it, where you have a stair room in the building, then you can be there. If you have a basement deep in the building, you can be there.
Okay.
That also can be a safe room, but it's of course from obvious reason it's less effective.
I got you.
Unfortunately, okay. So about what you ask, why they want this land? First of all, they want in the name of Islam. They want it because of Al-Aqsa, of the mosque, the Al-Aqsa mosque.
Vigoda.
What?
We're gonna get there. I want to know what the people are feeling on the street. I want to know, like, are the people? I mean, obviously they're in fear, right? They're nervous about what may happen.
We are nervous, but we are not fear of them. We don't fear of them. We are going to win. We are united against them.
Okay, so
when before they invaded, I'm telling you, before they invaded, we had here stuff in terms of politics, but we put it all aside and we focus now on them. We are a united people. If they thought for a second that we are going to be against each other, they are dead wrong. They are dead wrong, and they are now learning that we are not we are united against them.
Okay. All right. So, but my point is,
That's I want to say. That's why we won the independence war, and that's why they lost the independence war.
Okay.
In the same time, they hang their the people in their the same time they hang each other and take out every person that disagree with them and they.
Okay. So
let me say it like this: when they the same time they take out people in their camp that disagree with them on any little stuff.
Okay. Okay. We'll go. So, but what I want to do right now, okay, because I want to get to all of the things you're talking about, but we jumping all over the place. What I wanted to do is let the people know what it's like to be living in a situation where, you know, if you're going to be invaded, are the people out on the street? Are there people doing their daily business, or are they just?
Yes, they are doing their daily business. They are not going to break us.
They're not
and
going out.
Unfortunately, let me tell you something sad. Unfortunately, we are used to the missiles. So
okay.
Yeah, we are used to get 3 years or 2 years in a row to get a missile from those bastards.
Okay.
And you know what? Maybe you ask me why I'm saying bastards and not animals or the German N word, because well, at least for now, I will say just bastards.
Okay, I understand it. I mean, I get it. I get it why you would do that.
And they are definitely
I'm sure
earned a reputation. They definitely earned to be called animals after with all the sick stuff they did.
I mean, I'm not there. You're the one that's actually going through it. So,
yes.
I mean, how can I tell you how to handle that situation, right? You're the one going through it. So, I have no place to tell you, hey, Vigoda, you shouldn't be saying that. I'm not in it.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So that's your thing. You have to deal with it. So, but I just wanted the people that are listening to know what it's like to be out there in the street and see what's going on from Tel Aviv.
Nobody is right now in the street, like I told you, but in the last week, people were out doing shopping, preparing. Stuff was not usual.
Like Costco, getting a bunch of toilet paper and stuff, right?
Yes,
and water.
A lot of people, literally, how you say it, cleaned up the supermarket from everything, from every necessary thing.
I'm sure. You know what?
It was like hell to get something that I need, especially water. Of course, we have Tommy 4 is how you say it. I think it's American, the Tommy 4, no?
It was America what?
The Tommy 4, how you say it? We have you know what? Tommy 4. We have it's like you drink. It turns water from that you use to clean your hands or water in general to filters? Drinkable water.
Yeah, filters. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a machine that has filter inside of it.
Oh, okay.
So we have this in general. We are organized. Don't worry. Those bastards aren't going to break us.
So I'm sure you guys got generators and
we will break them.
Okay. So you guys got generators and everything over there. Okay, so here's the thing, because the last time people in America had to deal with anything close to something like that, it wasn't an invasion of somebody coming in. It was the C-19, and people were going to the store buying whole big old boxes of toilet paper and and they had to put a limit. You can only buy 2 of this and 2 of that and 1 of this and 1 of that, because people were going and buying all the meat, and people were going to buy all the food and everything. So they had to put limits on everything, right?
Yes.
So, but my question is, because I wanted to know what the people were like, because sometimes we hear the governments talking, we hear the government officials talking, and they typically are not living like the people on the street, right? They have bunkers, they have bodyguards, they have so on and so forth. They're not living like the people on the street who are actually have to deal with the RPGs coming through the window, bombs under the car, so on and so forth. Right. So that's all I wanted to get from you, man. Is that now you wanted to talk about something in particular? You wanted to tell me something in particular? Let's go there. I just wanted to make it clear.
Okay, so I told you, people are doing their regular stuff, but in the same time, it's unlike usually when we have this stuff, this is not just an operation in Gaza that we bomb them and cripple their abilities to attack us. This is a blown out. This is a full-on war. They
Agreed.
literally invade us, and
Agreed.
they did what they did. This is they're going to pay for this.
Okay.
This time we aren't going to show them mercy. This time we aren't going to be gentle with them. We are taking off the gloves.
Okay.
And about what you ask about the citizens here, citizens are angry from this, from the violence, the barbarism that they did.
Of course, I'm sure.
Okay, and people want to give them what they deserve.
Okay.
Okay, I maybe sound violent and barbaric to you, but imagine that your grandma would be in those videos, or your girlfriend, or somebody that's close to you.
Bro,
they will do
we
those
don't
stuff to
have
them.
we don't have us over here. We have no position to tell you how you can handle that, how you're supposed to handle
We
that.
took enough of
can't tell you.
stuff from them. We gave them. You know what? Let me tell you something. What?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, I see you also in my computer, so I see you talk. So okay. About you know what? I will go first for what you ask. The people, like I said, people in the streets are. They are preparing. They are prepared, but we aren't afraid of them. We aren't
Agreed. I
afraid of
definitely know
them.
that. I
We
definitely
are
know.
united against them.
I
And
definitely know.
we try to keep our cool down. We try to keep normal lives in this crazy reality. And and like I said, I've been blockading in my parents' house for the last week. I almost never been outside. Maybe take the trash a few times, but still.
Wow. Wow.
No, I have. I got right now a gross beer because of it.
Wow. Man, oh
Yeah,
man, we're
so
praying for you, man. And we want this violence to stop, man. We want it to stop. Hopefully it comes
it will
to
stop when we will stop the Hamas. You know, it's if we will. Let me explain something to you all. If we will agree to negotiations with them right now or to stop, then they in another 3 or 4 years will do this stuff all over again. And look, and you know, let's focus on another important thing here: the message. Look at what Hezbollah is doing because they saw us because they saw the Hamas doing this. If we will not show force on the Hamas right now, the Hezbollah and the other organizations will it will make them attack us. Okay, we cannot show weakness in this place
That's
of the
what I've
world.
been trying to tell you. That's what I've been
Weakness.
trying to tell you.
If you show weakness, you will perish.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I understand it. So that's why I said
Trying to tell me, you're telling me what I already know.
listen. This is what I've been saying to you. In this type of situation, whoever's nice is going to get just destroyed. So therefore, nobody can be nice. When you have a situation like this, you can't have one Boy Scout and one Skeletor. Everybody has to be Skeletor. And that's what I'm saying. I know that they're doing a lot of violence over there to the Jewish people. I know that. And as well, I know that there must be some other violence going on to even let them know, let the people that's attacking the Jewish state know that, hey, we not above, touching you either. Because that's what in war, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to let the other person know, no, we can get just as ugly as you too.
I want to respond to what Van. What did you say?
I said all I'm saying is this thing is getting to the point where it's out of control. It's ridiculous. It's not getting to the point. It's already been there. But there's a question. I want to ask you a question, Vigoda, because there's a question.
Yes, the one question.
Von Bryan has a question for you. He says, Vigoda, are you barricaded to the point where you cannot see outside? Can you see outside?
No, I can see outside. I can see through the windows in the how you see it in English. Just a second. Just a second. I'm going to translate what I want to say. The word that I want to say to you.
Okay.
Tricks. Just a second. It's when you have a house, you have a kitchen when you have access to the
Porch.
no when
They call it a porch here. You can exit through the kitchen.
no not exit. You can see what's going outside. You can. It's like
Okay. Window.
It's like you are technically outside in terms of air, but in terms of you stand down, you are in the house.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, the house is not fully barricaded, but in terms of the safe room is fully prepared. We prepared it all this week.
Okay, good.
We made sure that we can lock it from inside. We made we build even something for the door that we can lock it outside, and it will not be able to open from outside. We stock in ourselves with food. We even have sandbags in terms of bathroom if we will need to be there more than 24 hours in that room alone. So the sandbags we can use it as a bathroom. And of course, in the case of bullets breaching the door, we can use it also. And like I said, I also have a working hammer and a knife inside. So if somebody will break up with his Kalashnikov the door, then he's going to get a hammer and spray with a fire extinguisher into the head.
Hey.
That's of course. I hope that we will not get into it, but if we will, we will. I'm not afraid of them.
Okay.
I am prepared, but I'm not afraid of them.
All right, and I got you.
Yes, I wish that we had a gun right now. After all of this, a lot of people are going to buy guns.
Oh, sure.
No, seriously, now after one thing I can promise you.
You know who the number one gun manufacturer and exporter is in the world of guns outside of Russia and China?
Who?
Israel.
Israel.
What? Israel. Go look that one up.
Okay.
Israel.
Well, maybe we need to make something, and we had a lot of wars, so we need to keep the edge up.
Obviously.
Yeah. We are. If you look at the map, we are surrounded by people that are bigger than us in terms of territory, in terms of numbers. We need to have the technology in our the advantage of the technology.
Any people should be able to protect themselves. Any people should be able to. They should be self. You being able to protect yourself should be. That's a right of every human being. We should all have that right to protect ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't understand why you need guns, but but one thing I can promise you, the Israel after this war, Israel will be different. There will be a lot of changes, and the arms stuff will be definitely one of them. I don't know if you become like the USA that you have guns like candy, but we're definitely going to have guns for citizens. Right now, from what I know, they're giving guns in the south to people, and also in the north because of the Hezbollah.
You mean in the south of Israel or in the south of America?
In south of Israel, I'm talking about the Negev area in Israel.
They're giving guns away?
No, the army giving to people guns to a number of people, and they also giving the areas of the small villages in the north guns.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
yes, they also arming non-Jews like the Druzis for in terms of guns.
Everybody should have a right to protect themselves. So if you're going to protect yourself, people are going to protect themselves the best way they can. So and who are we to say, oh no, Vigoda, that's the wrong kind of gun. You shouldn't have that kind of gun. Who are we to say? We're not in that zone. We're not in the war zone, so to speak, right? So none of us can judge what's going on over there. The only thing we can say is the violence should stop, right? And that's where I'm at.
It will stop when the Hamas will be eliminated. That's when it stops. And
That's
Let me tell you something,
mathematically not gonna
Clarence.
happen.
It's one
Wait,
thing to
wait.
stop it right
Let's
now, but
let's
it's one thing to stop it, period. You know,
let's have a
it's
let's
not going to stop if in another 5 years they will try to do
wait,
this again.
but listen, Vigoda. That's not going to happen. They're never going to. Nobody's going to wipe the Jewish people out. That's not going to happen. So that's
We
why.
saw it
That's not
again and
even
again. We saw it in the ancient times when the Romans almost massacred us and took our
no.
independence
I'm not
away.
saying people won't try. Now, I'm not saying people won't try, but I'm saying it's just not going to happen. So I think looking at it from that perspective, I think that's a different perspective. If this is a free world, most of it, so if you don't want to live around Jewish people, just move somewhere else, right? I mean, you can't just say, well, I don't like these kind of people, so I'm just going to exterminate them. That's never going to work. It's never going, especially in a modern world where people can protect themselves. The ability for the average person to protect themselves has increased dramatically from the point to where the Ottoman Empire and Hitlers and the Idi Amin's and stuff like that.
What's the Ottoman Empire have to do with self-protection?
Yeah, the average person can literally buy a cache of weapons and have a bunch of different
but
stuff.
that has to do with the Ottomans. They were actually nice to us at
No. But
most
what
of
I'm
their
saying
history.
is where you have these governments that would say, well, like for the British for a while, their police officers didn't carry firearm, right? Because that their culture said that, oh no, they're not going to carry these firearms, right? But unfortunately, the times didn't allow that to continue, right? They had to catch up to the modern times, and they had to start carrying firearms, right? So I'm saying that some of these governments was trying to.
You're talking about the citizens or the soldiers?
I'm talking about the police on the street. Talking about the police on the street. No, the soldiers have firearms when they go into war, but I'm talking about the police on the street, right? They run into somebody violating the law. They didn't have any firearms, and the person would fire on them, and they were stuck, right? So they had to come up into the modern times and start carrying firearms. They had a little stick, but they had no firearms. But all I'm saying, I made that point to say that some of the governments were like, oh, well, we don't want people to carry weapons, so we don't. Okay, so they kept it away. But now, in today's modern times, the average citizen can buy so many different things, especially in America, and I think especially in Israel. You can buy You can buy bulletproof vests. You can buy, masks. You can buy so many different things.
Yes, but you need, to sign papers. You need to see, if I'm not mistaken, psychologist. My dad is a gun, but unfortunately, he's not he's not living with my mom.
Okay.
But also he's also safe with his side of his family. But never mind that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
So Vigoda, that's because I'm sure it's so many things you could tell us about the atrocities that have happened over there, and I don't want to I don't want it to just be a show about that. What I really want it to be a show about is how could we, and I mean realistically, because so the war is over when Israel extinct. That's not a realistic situation. That's not going to happen. So the Jews are never going to be they're never going to be extinct, because the world will never stand back and let that happen again, right? So that'll never happen.
I'm not sure. Look at look what happened in Syria with ISIS. Look what is going right now in North Korea.
I know, but I'm saying, but I'm saying, with the situation, with the ISIS situation, in my opinion, is not in particular the Jews, but I think it's just the people that they have a disagreement with, that they have these issues with. I don't think it's in particular the Jews.
Look what the ISIS did to the Yazidi population in Syria. Look what they did.
Huh?
What? I said, look what the ISIS in Syria did to the Yazidi population.
Yeah,
look what they did to their women, to their women's.
But see, like I said, we can go on and on and on about the atrocities that they're doing in between the two. We can go on and on and on, because every atrocity you bring up, I guarantee you, there's something that the Jews did to reflect that on the other side. Maybe not. Oh, I guarantee it. Vigoda, you can't fight this war and then have a nice guy in the war. You can't have a Boy Scout in this war. You can't. You can't be nice, like you
said that with this, what we have stuff to do with what the Syrians with the ISIS need to the Yazidi.
With anything. I'm just saying, when you're fighting a war of carnage like this, you can't have you gotta have somebody that says, well, I'm going to be honorable in this situation, so I'm not going to.
Of course not.
That's not going to happen. You're going to have atrocities on both sides. So let's.
Yes, but you know what I want. You know, if you talk about it, I want to explain something to your audience. Very important.
Please
about this current war and about the operations that we had, the former operations that we had in Gaza,
okay.
in the recent years. The reason that a lot of innocent Arabs in Gaza dying because of this is because the Hamas is literally using them as human shield. He shoots from.
I'm not saying I agree that
I can finish,
atrocities that Hamas is doing.
Yes, but please, I want to finish. Please.
I'm not going to let the Jews get away either. I'm going to say it's atrocities on both sides. That's why we need to stop this violence altogether. We need to stop it altogether, and we need to figure a way out to stop it. I mean, that makes sense.
Please, I want to finish my point.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, like I said, a lot of people they're using the people that as human shields. They, you know where their headquarters of the Hamas is?
Where's that?
In the tunnels that they built doing their forced child labor. The tunnels that they have in Gaza, they use the cement that we gave them in order to build, schools, to build working places. We give them working materials, and they built the tunnels with it. And also, they use child labor to do that. Okay, and they are right now. That is their headquarters, and you know what's above it? Hospitals. Okay.
Okay.
They are hiding under hospitals.
Okay.
Because they are using the sick as human shields, and they know that if we will try to do something, then all of the world will see that we are killing them, and then they will call us murderers and yada yada yada. Okay, they are using the population there as human shield, and if you know what, let me excuse what I'm going to say right now to the audience. If we need, let me say this. There also a lot of the so-called innocent, a lot of people there are sympathize with the Hamas. They teach the children from a very young age to use a gun to kill Jews. They teach them violence. They teach them barbarism from a very young age.
That is terrible. That is terrible.
Yes, like a certain. I want to say, it's very like a certain. You know who also teach the kids to kill from a very young age in the 40s before World War II in Germany, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay. I hear you. And I hear you.
And now they're doing, and who knows what they're doing to our children there.
That's horrible, bro. That is horrible. Just to say it, it's horrible. It's horrible. But then to actually have it actually happen, that's horrible. And that should motivate everybody to say, hey, look, man, we got to find a solution to the situation.
Okay, so I'm telling you right now what's going to be the solution to this problem.
What's that?
The army is got to the solution for the Gaza problem. The solution is to make them migrate to Sinai. Break out to open the exit to the way to them to Sinai. Okay, now Sisi, the dictator of Egypt, doesn't want to let them to go to Sinai, to be in Sinai right now. Sinai is in Egypt, the island of Sinai.
That may work for the Jews. That may work for the Jews. That may not.
That's how we're going to solve this stuff. That's how we're going to get our hostages. How it's going to end this stuff once and for the Gaza stuff once and for all. This is what I want.
We'll go to
and we're going to get the Gush Katif back to the people that were living the Jews that were living in Gaza before 2005, we're going to get them back to Gaza, and we will eliminate this terrible threat to our existence. Sorry, it's them or us.
I think that it's horrible that you guys have to have that threat there. I think that's horrible. As I do
And
think
in general, it's not, in general, that's not their land. So, and with all the war crimes they did to us, this is how it's going to go. It's them or us. We try peace.
Okay.
We try to give them a hand. We try love.
Them or you.
They elected Hamas. They did this barbarism. We have enough.
Listen.
Now we will say no.
Okay, you see, you're too emotional, and I understand why.
No,
maybe we should finish this conversation later, because I understand. Believe me, I don't think you're wrong for having that strong emotion.
Them or us. That's it. It's them or us, and I choose us, not them.
Okay.
And I'm not telling you that we are going to kill them. We're just going to drive them out of there. They're going to be in Sinai, and from Sinai they will go to everywhere they want to go.
That's just as preposterous of a solution as eliminating the Jews. That's just as preposterous. That's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen.
We should see.
Okay, well, I think there has to be a better solution where
Ben, what's so funny? You can please read what is what's so funny, Ben? Ben is saying something and laughing.
I tell you what. Are you up to taking a question or two, Vigoda?
Okay, but you can please read to me what Ben wrote.
What? Who? Any?
No, Ben. How is it his name?
Vaughn said this brother is in the middle of a war zone, and you're saying he's too emotional. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Vaughn. I understand why he's emotional like that. I get it. That's what I'm saying, man.
If we will not kick them off, then it will be the start of our end. Okay?
Is what?
If we will not kick them out, it will be the start of our end. Okay? We cannot let.
No, that's not a good solution either. It should be nobody's end. It shouldn't be no one's end.
Let me explain something to you. They want what they did in the small villages in the south. They want to do to all of us, okay? They want to do what the Germans did.
Some of them do. I believe some of them.
We just want to kick them out.
I believe some of them do. I really do. I believe some of them do.
Not some of them. Most of them. That's what they are taught from young age.
Okay, man. Well, like I said, man, it's going to be difficult to find a solution if nobody wants to talk. Everybody just wants to say, "Hey, look."
We try to talk with them. They don't want to talk with us. You know what? Let me show you another videos that they talk about.
We're not looking at no more videos. No, because what we're going to do now is I'm going to find out if you want to take some questions from the audience. If anybody in the audience has a question for you and they want to ask you a question, because
I want to tell you something before that. Okay, please let me tell you something. What?
Okay,
we tried to make peace with them. Okay, we tried to offer them Judea and Samaria. We even offered them when we had a left-wing government here. We offered them even the east side of our capital, Jerusalem.
Okay.
Tell me that that's insane in my eyes, but they still said no. All the stuff, in order to get all of that, they would need just to end the hostilities with us, recognize us our right to exist. But they said no. Again, they said no. No, no.
Okay, so
what do you want us to do?
That doesn't mean that you don't keep trying to end this violence, man. Because
I tell you how it's going to end.
Everybody's okay with this violence going on, and saying, "Hey, look, we just gonna stick with this," then the violence is going to continue, and that's what I'm saying. That needs to be stopped. The violence, the disagreement. There's going to be disagreements, but the violence needs to stop, man. On either side.
Tell that to them. They started it, and we want to get our people back.
I know if one of them was here, I'd be telling them the same exact thing I'm telling you. I'd be telling them the same exact thing. If you want to go get one, send them over here. I would tell him the same exact thing. This violence has to stop. It should stop. But I think that, but you have to have reasonable people. Everybody has to be reasonable. And unfortunately, if you're in the situation, it's hard to be reasonable, right? Like you're in it. It's hard. There's nothing I can say. Vigoda, you take
Clarence,
it
peace has failed. Failed. They don't want peace with us. They want to wipe us out of the map. They want to eliminate us.
But
Literally eliminate
in
us.
negotiations, you don't get what you want. You get what makes sense. You have
Clarence,
to.
We tried to make negotiations with them.
I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm not saying that Israel didn't try that. But what I'm saying is we have to keep trying, because the violence is what would motivate us to keep trying. Now,
Clarence, for God's sake, I disagree with you.
It should be,
okay?
Right? It should be.
Clarence, I disagree with you. We try again. They don't want our existence here. They want to eliminate us.
I understand that, but that's
again and again they tried.
But see,
and they are still wanting. They do not recognize the right of us to have a Jewish state of our own.
Listen. At a certain point, they're going to have to be logical about the situation and recognize.
No, they're not.
Happen.
We are Clarence. They are not. Clarence, they are not thinking straight, and they will not rest until they eliminate us in one way or another.
Okay.
They tried it. They tried through military. It didn't work. Now they are trying to in terms of politics to make us, like North Korea. They are trying to eliminate us, to take our independence, and we aren't going to take it. It's them or us. That's it.
Just sit down and give.
And I'm not. Maybe I sound to your audience as some kind of a crazy redneck, but still, we tried it, and it's just this happened. You know what? If you would talk with me 20 years ago, you would talk to somebody a very liberal leftist. But when you grow up and you see stuff and you experience stuff, you get, a lot of people here could be a lot of liberal people. They force us to be so white, so probably in your eyes, white ruining.
Vigoda. Okay, so listen.
Let's see the questions.
Yes, I want to know if anybody let's put it out there. Are you prepared for us to take questions about the situation at all? And we can have people in the chat give us questions, or people who want to ask you questions. Of course, we're not going to. Now, if you want to ask Vigoda a question, I want you to ask him a question, right? But I don't want you to be disrespectful to him. He is, man. I mean, telling you the dude is, brave enough to come on this, even though he's barricading in his own house. He's brave enough to come on here. So we don't want no questions that would be disrespectful to them. Just want to ask him some questions and get some clarity, like I've been trying to do, but he keep interrupting me. But I understand. He's the one living this situation.
The same I can say for you, Clarence.
He's the one living the situation. He's the one living.
I'm very passionate.
I'm trying to get certain things. I'm trying to give you to put out certain information that I think was relevant to the people over here, that they may be able to understand your position as well as everyone else's position, and then decide for themselves what should be done. Or maybe one of these people listening out here has a solution that hasn't even been thought of, right? So, but anyway, let's let people ask. If you want to ask Vigoda a question, now this is my dude, this is my brother. If you're gonna ask him a question, ask him a question. But I'm not going to allow you to disrespect the man. I don't care what your position is. So, but if you want to come up here and ask him a question, ask him a question. All right. So Vigoda, see now, I want to ask you something that may be a little touchy. So I want you to be prepared for that. Okay. Why was there a war of independence in the first place? Like what was the cause of that situation? Vigoda. Okay, y'all, man. Sometimes Vigoda has issues, man. You know what I mean? He's all the way over there in Tel Aviv, Israel. And so, Vigoda said, give him 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to give him 5 minutes because, you got to check on his mama, man. He's out there, got to check on his mama, make sure his mama's okay. All right, so we got the administrator up here. We got Sister Annie. Excuse me. I'm trying to get some clarity. I'm trying to get some clarity up here. What's going on?
Okay. So first of all, I was going to ask you for the link earlier, but this was really emotional. Especially when I heard that alarm come off while he was up here. That was
Man,
tough.
wow.
Yeah. Um First, I want to thank you for having him up here because like I've been watching a whole lot of videos, and in particular I watched Ben Shapiro's channel with some videos, and he had a lot of like pretty tough. It was really hard to look at.
Uh,
Like he had a one picture of this woman that was being rushed into some vehicle, and she had blood like in her bottom area, like where they had just
oh,
ravaged her so bad. And just like
oh,
hearing the stories and seeing how like it's not even like it's not just like taking someone's life, it's taking it in the most brutal way,
yeah.
and doing it in a way that like a lot of people can see it, like just the um them wanting a lot of people to see it. I think like with this conversation y'all having today, like because I
Mhm,
know that y'all had talked about having a conversation before today to
mhm.
just kind of like talk about his perspective and yours. And I think that today is kind of like that conversation is trying to be had on top of a conversation that is more pressing and takes precedence over that, and in the sense of like the maybe the patience in hearing. I think like because if I'm if I'm in a room, and the smallest room I'm thinking that's in my house is my powder room. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking, and I know that where he is not that small, but like if I'm running from danger, I'll be in that little teeny room. So like if I'm thinking about being in this small space, having to use the bathroom, and I think what he just said in like sandbags,
Yeah.
having a hammer and a knife,
Yeah.
and you're in there with your mother, and you don't know if like he says that he's ready, and I'm not. Vigoda has always been strong to me.
Right.
I'm hearing the strength in him today that I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
Um, a little frustrated with too, because because like I just, we care about him.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of strength that you need in situations like this. And I can never fathom what he or his mom must be going through to
Man.
be there and think that you have to be able to be thinking, protecting my mom, protecting myself,
Yeah.
using the strength that I have. I don't know what kind of training he's had. All we have been able to do is joke about him being on a bike. So like
Yeah.
I don't even know like what kind of training he's had, what kind of emotional toll this has on him, like just knowing like that his cousin was at that event. And I saw where when that parachute came down, where all those people that were at that
I'm here.
or whatever. Hey Vigoda.
You hear me good? I'm
Yeah,
not,
I'm so glad that you were
yes.
safe. I'm so
I'm
glad
here.
you're safe.
Yes, I'm okay. I had a problem with my phone. There is a rain. Also, there is a raining right now, so don't worry. You know what? In the recent days, every time I hear a thunder, I think a lightning or a thunder, I think for a few seconds, is it a rocket? Ah, is it a missile? So okay, if you have problems hearing me or something, just say so. So what? So hello, long time no seeing, my dear.
I know. I'm so glad that you're safe. I'm so proud of you for being there because I know that you said that you left your home and you went to your mom's. So I thank you
Yes,
for.
my apartment. I have apartment in North Tel Aviv. I just renting there. It's my rent there. My rent in there is frozen for the time being.
Mm. Well, I'm
I,
thanking you for going to be there to make sure that your mom was safe.
yes,
I'm
my
glad
dad
to know
is
that your
safe.
father is good. Now, see, now I'm gonna be patient today for go to next month or next whatever. I'm gonna fuss at you a whole lot on that day, but today, but I just
Patient.
wanted you to know
For
that
what?
I understand. Well, because you know how I feel about you cutting off and stuff. But I think that both of y'all have been equally doing it. But I understand the importance of like
You
wanting
got
to
me in trouble. Yeah.
get. I understand the importance of wanting to get points across that both of y'all feel are important for one to be expressed, but like so that everyone can hear it. And sometimes we can be looking at something and Brother Clarence is looking at from one view or from what he's read, and you're looking at it from another perspective. And it doesn't mean that either one of your perspectives is wrong. It just means that in certain times that point of view could feel offensive because, he's in the thick of it right now. Like I watched this movie before, Crimson Tide, and it's with Gene Hackman and Denzel Washington, and they're in this submarine, I think, and they were it was this battle for like who was in control, who was the boss, so to speak, and Gene Hackman put like a drill as if like they were being attacked, and Denzel.
Who?
Gene Hackman. It's a movie, The Crimson Tide. But
Oh.
Denzel Washington, one of the people on the boat, had a heart attack during that drill. And Denzel Washington was like, hey, you should have stopped the drill because, he was having a heart attack. And Gene Hackman said, during war, there's no luxury to have, to stop it and say, oh, hold on a second, because this person is having a heart attack. So like right now, while this thing is going on, we want to be able to like, oh, let's, hear each other out. It's so emotional right now. It's a whole lot that's needed to be said, and we're trying to put and pack a whole lot into this one stream. And I'm glad that we're trying to pack it. And Vigoda, one thing that I did want to mention and go back to that you had said earlier was you had asked us the question, and I was trying to answer the question quick, and I did something I try to not do. I try not to answer when I don't fully understand what I'm answering. And I did that. And I answered yes. But you, and I understand why you were wanting an answer because of what you're feeling right now. But I think that you weren't being fair to the people trying to like really understand what you were asking and understanding the brevity of what our answer would be. And you said that that answered yes. You said that we were xenophobic, I think, or something.
Zionist. No xenophobic.
I'm
Zionist.
Zionist. And what I would say is, I can understand how you hearing an answer that you could feel that way. I just ask that you just be a little bit patient. I'm very naive and very ignorant to a lot of stuff that's happening. I'm not ashamed of that. Not maybe proud
Of
always
course you
of
don't
what
need to
I
be
don't
ashamed
know.
of it. Of course
So
not.
I just ask that you be patient with myself and some people that may not have as much access to the
Yes.
knowledge that you and Brother Clarence have, because I no way think any of this is good, is right, is fair.
No,
It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch.
hard,
Of course.
very hard.
Of course it's not a sin to not know about the situation. That's why I'm here. What you want to ask, I will answer. Maybe I will
Thank you.
jump and say stuff, but I will answer. Right, Clarence? Just stick to me
Thank you.
like glue.
Yes, of course. We're not going to allow anything less than that.
Yes. So about I want to say that also my dad is okay. He's with his brother. They both have guns. I'm not going to tell you why. And you said you don't know what training or stuff I did in the army. Unfortunately, I cannot talk about it.
Of course.
Yeah. Sorry. No reply. In other words.
Okay.
They are
I
safe.
want to ask real quick. I want to get your opinion or your answer to this question that Robert
Yes.
Watkins had in the chat, and then we're going to bring Vaughn into the question. Vaughn into the
Yes.
situation.
Please read it to me.
He's speaking to you. He says, "No disrespect, but can you speak to how your draft worked?" He said he heard that 300,000 people were called up in 48 hours into the draft in the Israeli army. Is that true?
Okay.
Is there truth to that? Is what's going on with that?
Okay, first of all, the draft, they took the people, how I explain it to you, that aren't, that been in fighting units, but aren't in the army right now, that are not active in the army.
Okay.
This is the draft that they did. We have the usual, what you call draft, that every person from 18 to 21 go to the army
Of
and
course.
do what they do. Okay?
Yes.
So, like I said, this draft is to take the people that after they finish the army, this is an emergency. In other
So
words,
this is calling up people who have experience already in the army, and
people that been in fighting units in the army that
Put them
already
back
finished and finished their stuff and finished the army.
Okay.
In other words, people like you, like Annie, like me.
Right.
We know
Okay.
not to forget me.
Okay.
Actually, there are people. You know what? There is people even older than you, and that right now is trying to help out.
Hey, wait a
There's a
minute.
lot of people donating blood also.
Okay. All right.
I heard that,
All
Brother
right,
David.
man. All right. And
What?
I hope they have enough blood for everybody. I hope everything
No,
goes
seriously,
well.
there is a lot of people. There is a huge, how you say it, weight in. There is a huge, a lot of in. I don't know how to say it in English. The line for the people that is waiting to give their blood in,
Yeah.
to the people that were that need it in the hospitals is very big. A
Good.
lot of people
Good.
want to help.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. I mean, Jewish people always really been, they've really been, rally around each other, man. So,
Yeah, you touch us, you touch all of us.
That's not surprising. All right, let me bring Vaughn into the situation.
Yes,
Vaughn,
our
Brian,
first one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody?
what's going on with you, brother?
Yvonne.
Hey, well, this is just a very emotional situation, and I can definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I can't imagine. I, for one, cannot imagine what it's like to go through what this brother is going through right now.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, just the unsurety of it all. You don't know where you're going to get hit from. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to approach the conversation, with insensitivity. I want to be very sensitive as to how I approach it. So I may have some questions, just due to my ignorance, because I don't understand. Just like my sister said, a lot of things and a lot of the origins of why this war has come to be. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to just say this to you, Vigoda. I'm glad that you're okay right now.
Yeah.
And, my prayers are with you and your family, and your loved ones, because war is a very hard thing to endure. You see what I'm saying? And like Brother Clarence said, hey, you at times you just have to do what you have to do, but there is a suffering that comes behind war. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to offer you some type of encouragement, if I could.
You could repeat, please, the last sentence that you said. I missed it. I missed it.
Well, I'm sorry. I would have to listen back to it.
Okay, you said something about war or something. I'm sorry, I didn't listen.
I said war is a very hard thing to endure.
Yeah.
War is not easy.
Yes.
And that's on both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me tell you a secret. My dad and grandpa fought my grandpa, rest in peace. He fought in the 6-Day War, and he helped free Judea and Samaria and Jerusalem from the Jordanians. And my dad fought in the First Lebanon War, and also my mom was in it. And my dad gave the Lebanese what they deserve in the Lebanese mountains. So war is not so war stories or experiences and traumas. I seen it.
Yeah, I was going to I asked the question in the chat. Is this your first time going through a situation like this?
In 2008, in the first conflict in Gaza, it was very new to us. And when the first time in more than 2 decades that the missiles of Gaza, missiles got into the Tel Aviv area, we were very shocked and surprised by it. I remember we and all of us and all of our neighbors been inside the buildings. Like I said, you have the stairs in the buildings. We've been there, and you also been in the basement. In every time that you have the siren of alarm. And I remember taking my cat, rest in peace, that I had back then, with me, and the BAMs, how it feels. Even if you hit it with the Iron Dome rocket, still parts of it is falling and can penetrate people. In those cases, of course, if you are outside and you don't have where to hide, and you have a child or a wife, then you put your belly on your, you are you put yourself on your wife, so, or on your child. So if the some parts of the missile will get into you, then at least they will hurt you and not your child.
Yeah, listen, it's just, man.
I remember that I once time in one of the rounds that we have in Gaza, I was in that position that I been on the ground and kept my head safe because I didn't have a shelter next to me. And but if you want, that's my first conflicts. Of course, we had the first and we had the second Intifada. Then I was a small child in early 2000s when we had an invasion from the Arabs in Judea and Samaria. That's the Intifada, the second Intifada, by the way. A big invasion of those Arabs into main Israel. And you had a lot of buses exploding, and my mother told me if you see an Arab or a Muslim or somebody strange on the bus, you get out right away.
Wow.
And
Wow.
you had 1,000 people there.
Wait, stop right there.
What?
You said that your mother said if you see somebody on the bus that looks Arab, to get off the bus.
No,
right?
I meant if you see somebody talking Arab, if you see somebody talking, let me be accurate. It was when I was a small child, but still, if I see,
when you were a
if
small
I see
child.
somebody,
Okay.
if I see, it was a long time ago. It was in 2000, 2001 or 2002, if I'm mistaken, exactly. The second Intifada. That you had the buses blowing up. You had a big killing spree next to the Dolphinarium of Tel Aviv, where somebody with bombs on him blows off. That's by the way, that is one of the main reasons that we have a wall on the green border between us and Judea and Samaria, so that it will be it will not happen again. But in any case, I remember that my mom told me if you see somebody suspicious, somebody that's starting to scream in Arabic or something, or in general, that then get out of the bus.
Of course.
But this is from what I remember. It was very long time. I was a small child, so don't stick to every word that I'm saying.
No,
also,
they did the same thing here. When we had the 9/11 attacks here, people were, Arabs couldn't even move in the country anymore. They were getting stopped everywhere. Nobody would, if you saw them on a plane, a train, a bus, people would just run off the bus, run off the train. They would just leave them. So I understand that sentiment. I'm just saying, I remember when it was a time like that in here in America, and I said, man, you got to tell somebody as a little kid something like that. That is crazy. That is crazy. But
yeah.
Oh, okay. Anybody else have a question for Vigoda? Anybody on the panel? No.
No.
You know what?
I know when he first
I don't
said
have
that
any
he
other
had
questions.
Oh, go ahead, Vaughn.
No. I was just saying I really don't have any other questions. I just wanted to, get up and offer my prayers and my concerns, because I don't like to see anybody go through hardship like this. You know what I'm saying?
Terrible.
And I'm sure that there's as you all were talking about earlier, a greater picture as to why all of these things came to be, but Vigoda is one individual. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't cause any of that.
Right.
And
I can tell you, sorry that I interrupted you. Finish, please. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Go right ahead.
No, you talked first. Sorry. Please.
No, speak. I'm good, actually. Go ahead.
Okay, so that is even before I talk about the experience of my mother. That even that in her time when she was in her late 20s, she experienced the war with Iraq. If I'm mistaken, it's called the Gulf War.
Yes.
In that time, you had how you say it, Bach. You have a mask, to breathe.
Yes.
You used when you've been in the shelters, you had with you a mask to breathe in turn, because there was from what I remember that she and my cousins told me, there was a against how you say it in English, against biological
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
that
Biological warfare. Yeah.
yeah, from yeah, and I can talk with you about and usually, but overall, I didn't experience some big trauma or something overall. I can talk with you about people from Sderot that experienced a lot of way hard things for me. I'm actually, if you think about it, I'm privileged in some degree.
Oh.
I can talk with you about people in the north that the Hezbollah try to dig tunnels under their houses. Also, the Hamas, that's what also the Hamas is trying to do. And you know what? Let me talk with you about, there's a big thing that I forgot to tell you. A lot of people in the West, especially in the USA, wants the two-state solution. That solution will be the end of us. And I will explain to you right now why. If we will be out of Judea and Samaria, the Palestinian Authority under Mahmoud Abbas will become like Gaza in 2005. You will have a terrorist organization like Hamas rising there, and then they would use Judea and Samaria like they do in Gaza. And unlike Gaza, from Judea and Samaria, it's a very mountainous area. It's hard to conquer. It's hard to invade it. If they will control it, first of all, it will be impossible to block them. They will be able to hit with the lousiest rockets that they can make easily in their basement. They will be able to hit all the important places in Israel. They will be able to disconnect our roads. They will be able easily to invade. It will be and that's just a side effect. When you would have it, millions of the so-called refugees will come, but they will not want to settle in Judea Samaria. They want to settle in mainland Israel, and then and they will invade. We will be a minority in our own homeland, and then we be massacred, b run and be a minority that will get smacked all the time, like in the Holocaust. We will be back to be a minority that cannot defend themselves without the country, we will not be free and independent anymore. We will not be free.
Okay, now that's not. I definitely not suggesting that should be the situation where Jewish people are not free. So that I'm definitely not. I'm saying there has to be a solution where, even though you can preserve your freedom, there has to be a way where we can end this violence. It has to be
I told you the way.
Situation where we
make
can set up.
Make them leave to Sinai. That's the.
I don't think that's realistic. I hear you. Maybe that might work for the Jews, right? But that's like you said, where some of them say, well, it's just exterminate all the Jews. That's ridiculous. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And even
we should see.
Listen, let me tell you why the situation where if you eliminate the Jews, besides that being a horrific suggestion, if you eliminate the Jews, you're just gonna start moving down the line. That was the issue with Hitler. I mean, once you move the Jews, then you're gonna start just moving down the line and just eliminating everybody else. So that's not a realistic solution. And it's furthermore moving them to another location that they don't want to be in. I don't think that's a realistic solution either. Now, is there a solution? Yes, there's a solution here. It's just going to be difficult on both ends.
Clarence, let me explain to you something. All the people that said to us those two-state solution and those solutions that will be also good with them, those stuff all the time, those ended with terrible loss of life from our side. and
you
in
already
general.
got loss of life now. You already got loss of life now.
Because because the reason that they are doing this, first of all, they got us, excuse my language, they got us with our pants down in terms of the border.
Okay.
We are, after this stuff will be over, there's going to be an investigation and people are going to lose their seats. That's I can promise you.
Okay.
But right now, we aren't focusing about that. Right now, we are focusing on them. We are going to kick them out of Gaza.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's them or us.
I don't see that as a permanent solution.
We are in the right. That's I know. I have a right on that land. Historic right. In terms of archaeology, in terms of history, in terms of DNA evidence, and I didn't forget about that subject, and we will talk about it when we have a chance, if you want.
Okay, yeah, let's because we already at 3 hours, so maybe we can come back next Saturday. Are you up to coming back next Saturday, and we can finish talking about it?
Yeah, but first of all, a question: do you have a Discord?
I do. I did, but I don't. I haven't started it.
Okay.
I haven't started it.
Question for the lady that we have. You can please send. You can please send Clarence, and then he will send to me your mail address. I want to talk to you on a few things, person in one-to-one. Okay.
How about this, Vigoda? This sounds like a better idea. Why don't you send me some of the stuff that you're talking about, and then I will send it to her, and then she could decide what she wants to do with that. How about that?
No, I just want to talk with her, not send her stuff.
Oh, okay. But Vigoda, I'm protecting this girl. I'm not going to just send this girl. Yeah, I'm not going to send this girl to you. Just like I wouldn't, if somebody came up here and said, "Hey, yeah, just send me Vigoda's information," I wouldn't do that.
Okay, so she can do it.
I would say, send me what you want to ask Vigoda, and I'll send it to Vigoda.
Okay, you know what? Let's let the lady talk.
So why don't you do this? No, she ain't here. She ain't here. I'm talking for her. I'm gonna talk for her.
You know, I'm not going to harm her or something. I just want to talk.
I know, Vigoda, but I'm just saying. I'll tell you what. The kind of issue that you want to discuss with her, just send it to me. You send me everything else.
Okay, you know what? All the videos that say, you know what? Okay, all the videos that
okay. This is why we can't get anything done, because you just got your mind made up. You're gonna do it the way you want to do it, and I'm telling you.
I just wanted to talk with her about when in the episode that you all heard me puffing and muffing, you know, about what another woman here said.
I tell you what.
I want to explain to her why and how and all this.
Vigoda, this is what we might do. We might do like we did this morning. Me and you had a long conversation before you came up on the air, right? We might do that. So I'll let you guys just talk it out, right?
Okay.
All right. See, there's
Okay.
always a solution, Vigoda. There's always a solution. But it's getting up to 3 hours, y'all. Let's wrap this thing up.
Would it be okay if I interject here just for a moment?
Absolutely.
Okay, and because the purpose of me getting up here today was basically to encourage my brother to be strong, you know, and continue to put his trust in God. You see what I'm saying? Because that he is the one that's going to keep you in this situation.
Amen.
And so I wanted to just read this to encourage you very quickly. All right. And hopefully that you can take these words to heart. Okay. So it says, "He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is the shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore." And I wanted to just leave that word of encouragement with you because your help, my brother, comes from the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And if he's on your side, who can be against you? We just have to make sure that he's on our side and we're doing the right things. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see.
And so I just wanted to offer that word of encouragement to you. You can find that in the book of Psalms 121, verses 4 through 5.
You know,
You might
I
want to
want to
read
hug
it.
you. I want to give you a hug right now. I
Yeah,
wish that
you
you
might.
were next to me. I'm not a religious person, but still, I want to give you a big hug.
Yeah. But you know, I want to send that word out because see, God never changes. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. You see what I'm saying? And what he said then, he means it now. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one God. You see what I'm saying? So be encouraged, man. I pray that the Lord continues to keep a hedge around you and your family and your loved ones
Yes.
and those innocent babies and those innocent people who are caught, you know, with these stray missiles and these stray bullets. And some of them are intentional. They're not even stray.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the
And-
Hamas is aiming for civilians. That is not a big secret. The aim is to aim the civilians.
Yeah. Well, I just speak peace into your life, and I pray that the Lord continues to bless you. And that was basically all I wanted to come
Thank
up
you.
to say and do.
I want to hug you. Oh, God damn it. Where you are in the USA. After this, I will come and give you a big hug. And the same for you, my dear. Or same for
Man,
you.
what about me?
Same for
What
you,
about
Annie.
no hug for me?
Yes,
What about me?
also, of course for you. Of course.
I'm about to say, man, oh, Sister Henny, I apologize for interrupting you. Nothing for Clarence. Nothing. No, Clarence. I'm gonna keep mowing you down.
Okay, Clarence, of course you. I will need to say it, of course you. All three of you. Actually, honestly,
Okay. I want to encourage everybody.
I like
man.
from all the people here. I like the two of you the most. Never mind that.
All right, man. I just want to encourage everybody out there in the chat, everybody out in the bushes, man. Just pray for this young brother, man. He's trying to survive. He's out there with his mom. He didn't set
Yeah,
this
I'm going to
situation
keep my mom safe. Don't worry.
So he's trying to just make his mom safe.
And don't worry, I have my extended family over here from my mother's side. They have the extended family, and we have, and I cannot tell you who we have here in our family, but we have people that also can help. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, man, we wish you the best. We want you to, and we need you to be able to check in with us because a lot of stuff like you was telling us about, they're not telling us on the news, right? And we need somebody like you that's there that can say, no, Clarence, this is what's actually happening on the ground out here. So we need that, man. So hopefully we can keep checking in with you, man. And
yeah, Clarence, you can do for my favorite, please?
What's that?
One thing, if you can see all the videos that I showed you in general, okay? Just see them and bring them.
I tell you what, we'll try to go over them. Because Vigoda, you send me a lot of videos, right?
Take your time. I also send you a map of Judea and Samaria that is just so you can understand on what I'm talking about.
All right. But see, here's what makes it hard because you are actually going through this situation. So I have to give you time to express yourself, and that takes a lot of the time from watching the video for the audience, because I understand that you're actually going through it. See, for the rest of us, we just watching on the news and we turn it off, we go and do about our business. But you're actually going through it, so I have to give you time to get that off your chest. And so sometimes it makes it difficult to watch a whole video. But we will watch it, and maybe just one.
No, you could watch it in your spare time. Take your time, watch it in your house. And I want to ask something from all of you, please. From you and all of the chat, please share the information and what I told you, please, and remember it.
Yes, we will. We'll definitely remember it. Definitely. But we're gonna have you come back, man, because we come back next Saturday.
That will be okay.
We'll come back next Saturday, get an update, see where everything is, talk about some other things, the solutions and stuff. We'll do that. But we're going in 3 hours. I didn't want to really run in 3 hours, but I wanted to talk to you alone. But these two people, they felt it inside their heart. They wanted to come and let you know how they felt about you, man.
I want to hug all three of you.
we're gonna encourage you, man. Stay strong, stay smart. You know what I mean, and take care of your mom, take care of yourself, and anybody else you can run into that you can put them under your protection, man. And may God bless you to be able to do that and be successful with that. All right, let's get some last words in, y'all, because we got to get out of here. Right? We got to get out of here.
I want to be the last one.
Quick, I just want to say that I'm just so thankful that you're safe, Vigoda. We continue to pray for you and your family. I'm praying that your mom, I have a heavy heart right now about your mom, but I just pray, I hear your strength. And I'm thankful for you to have that, because you need that during this time. I think about, like, because when you were talking about that you had a hammer and a knife, I was thinking to myself, oh gosh, that's not enough. But then I thought, David only had a slingshot. So whatever is needed to protect you and your family, I pray that you have that, and that you have the wisdom and the strength to use it in the way that is needed to protect yourself. So I thank you for coming up. Brother Clarence, you just constantly outdo yourself. This was absolutely needed. And you were helping me to understand and kind of dissect some things. It was, I'm definitely going to listen back to it, because it, places where y'all kind of like talked over each other, I could see why it was a need. No, sometimes it's just needed, y'all. It's just, it's not that someone was trying to be rude in doing it. Sometimes sometimes somebody may say something and you don't want that thought to just continue to flow without some kind of interruption or correction or point of view. So I get it. And I just appreciate that you were willing to lend your platform to this, because like you said, it's so many conversations that are just out there about, like, just in my opinion, about nothing, and this is something that's really huge. It's something that we need to understand, not just from like what's happening here on the earth, but I think there's some spiritual connotation to this also. So
absolutely,
I thank you for making the time to speak on this. Vigoda, definitely keep us updated on your safety and what's going on. We keep watching the news and your family. So we're going to definitely be worried about you until it's a little more calm and safe.
Yes, so I want to say something to you about the sandbags. This is only if we need to be in the safe room for more than 24. We have bathrooms running. Do you have shower running? It's okay. This is just for last resorts.
Well, no, the reason why I brought it up is because, like, we take for granted so much stuff. When I hear an alarm in my neighborhood, or like when I was in school, when I would hear an alarm, the worst case scenario that I'm thinking of is being able to distance myself in a different area. When you hear that alarm, it's a different thing. What you have to prepare for in case of an emergency is different from what I've ever had to think about having to have in my artillery, to just be ready. So what I'm saying, when you said that, it's not even something that I would even think to have to put the in case of. So I'm thankful that you have the wisdom to know how to prepare. I pray that you don't have to use that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just
that's my mother's wisdom, if you want to be accurate, but never mind that.
Okay.
In the house, but never mind that. He's the one in charge.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. All right, I love y'all.
All right,
thank you, my dear. Thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna bring sister in.
Thank you.
Excuse me. All right, let's go, Vaughn. Vaughn, what do you think, man? Any other last words? The words you said were so well before were so beautiful, but you have anything else to put on top of that?
Yeah, well, hey, I just want to say God is good, man, because
yes, he is.
But for the grace of God, there go I.
Yeah.
And I think that we all in this country take for granted a lot of things.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? But there will come a day, you see, where we're going to have to recognize, you see what I'm saying? And it's going to be very unfortunate for many of us, because we have been so selfish and unappreciative, and we have some good people in this country, But I would have to admit that this country here has definitely gone astray. And we see that. We see that. We see the signs and the symptoms of that, But I pray that God sends deliverance, not just to this nation, but to all nations.
Yes.
And like I said, my heart goes out to my brother, and listen, if God be for you, who can be against you? You see what I'm saying? And you just have to stand on that. But Brother Clarence, great show today. I appreciate both of you, even though there was, like Ane said, and I noticed it, there was a lot of contention in the conversation. I kind of wish that it would have gone a little bit different, but sometimes we get very passionate about what we're saying, and, one may interject before time and then the other one may, and so it just causes a little bit of confusion. But for the most part, the point of this whole stream did come across. And I appreciate you, Brother Clarence, for, having this conversation. I really appreciate you for taking your time out, to allow this brother to share what it is that he's actually going through.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Brother Vigoda, like I said, you're going to continually be in my prayers, bro. Like Ane said, your family over here, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So peace and blessings again to you and your family. Brother Clarence, I'll talk to you at a later time.
All right, my brother. Love you. Peace. Bring you down. All right, that was Brother Von Bryant. And then there were two. Okay, Vigoda. You got any last words, man? You got anything else you want to put out there before we
last words? Last words. When I kick the bucket, I will say my last words, but never mind that. We talked about enough about the bucket. My last words. Let's see. I will be okay, and we will continue to talk about this if you want. And I apologize if I about all the times that I interrupted you.
No apology necessary. I understand.
And also, what you ask when you ask stuff, you ask stuff that are not people that it's hard to understand what you're asking or what you are trying to aim to. And like I said, I know you. That's why I think that you let yourself ask me all this. But if somebody else,
I understand.
I will be okay. Don't worry. They're probably not going to invade from Judea and Samaria, and even if they did, the army will stop them. This is just I'm giving you the darkest thing that can be. Just don't worry. I will be okay.
All right.
If you want to pray for my cousin that is right now was recruited for the army. I will not want to change places with him. I cannot tell you what he's doing right now or in what where he is, but that's what I would say.
Yes,
and let's what?
I said yes, sir.
Don't call me sir. I'm not your sale. Sir in Hebrew, it's the same word for master. So you technically call it master.
Okay.
I'm not your master.
All right. I will agree with you on that one. Okay. I definitely agree with you on that one. All right, brother. I appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Big balls to come up here and have this discussion, man. And even though I recognize that you are very passionate about it, obviously, you have to forgive me, man, because sometimes, I try to recognize that as much as possible. That's why I tried to just let you go ahead and finish. And so forgive me if I don't recognize it. Then sometime I'm working on that.
Yes, you just need to explain yourself more in your questions. You need to.
Okay.
And you also jump from stuff to stuff, I must say.
But as long as you recognize, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm
Of
just
course,
trying to be.
I recognize. I know you.
Trying to get a clear answer for what's going on. So that's the most important thing, man. And I recognize the same thing about you. That's why when people would say, Vigoda's trying to do this, Vigoda's trying to do that, I said, no. He just doesn't understand how we do things over here. Give him some time. He'll get better, and you have. So that makes sense. But anyway, Vigoda, we're going to talk to you next week. Is that okay?
See ya.
Next Saturday. We'll get an update on what the situation is as far as it relates to you in particular, but the Jewish situation over there in Tel Aviv. All right?
Yes. I'm not in Tel Aviv, but yes, in Gush Dan, you could say.
In Guftin. Okay, so
Gush Dan area. In the area that next to Tel Aviv, you can say.
Okay, Gushtan. Okay. So, but Vigoda, I don't want you to tell people where you are. So anyway, all right.
I
So
didn't tell you, don't worry.
you know, I know nobody listens to us, but you
That's
never know.
the Tel Aviv. Let me tell you something. The heart of Tel Aviv, and Tel Aviv in the cities that next door is very important in terms of economy. So they are going to bomb it anyway. I'm not.
Okay.
Tel Aviv in general is the heart of the Israeli economy.
Okay, and I believe that.
Jerusalem is the heart, is the brain. Yeah, it's like the person itself, and Tel Aviv is the battery.
Got you.
In terms of money and stuff.
Got you.
Yeah, Tel Aviv is she's supposed to be the New York of the Middle East. That's
okay.
people that made it
That makes
more
sense.
than a century ago.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull you down. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Oh, there he goes. He had his fighting clothes on, man. He had his fighting clothes on. So shout out to Vigoda, man. All right, thank you, Vigoda. We're gonna do this next week, okay? Same time, okay?
Yeah, see ya. Same time.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull Vigoda down. All right, man. That was our brother Vigoda, man. Man, you talk about brave, man. You talk about brave. Here, this dude is gonna talk to us. He's getting ready for an invasion, man. He's preparing for an invasion. He's in a safe house with his moms. Yet he's gonna talk to us, right? Now, y'all saw him where we were interrupting each other, right? I was getting frustrated because he wasn't answering my question. He was getting frustrated because I wasn't letting him finish. So we were getting frustrated, right? Now, what I started realizing is I had to say to myself, Clarence, this man is actually in a war zone, right? Of course he's going to be telling everything, right? Remember when you was at school and you had a fight with somebody, right? You already told, well, he hit me and he did this and he did that. You didn't tell the part where you bit him on the leg and you elbowed him in the eye, right? You didn't tell that part, right? So that's what I was like. I'm like, okay, you telling me this and this and this. But I had to think about it. I said, hey, look, Clarence, you thinking about this thing from a rational. This man is in an irrational situation. Of course, he's going to be like, hey, this is what they're doing to us, right? Clarence, how come you ain't jumping out of your chair? You should be jumping out of your chair. You hear this stuff. Inside I am, but I know I had some bigger questions because ultimately I want to get to a solution. I feel like we can. I feel like the Middle East. Is it going to be easy? Right? Remember the Godfather? It's impossible. You can't kill a police chief. And the dude say, it's not impossible. It's difficult. It's difficult, but it's not impossible, right? I think the solution over there, it's going to be difficult, but it's not impossible. But we just have to get to people to a point where they're willing to come to an understanding where, okay, what I'm trying to do is not, unless they just want the violence to continue and continue and continue and continue and continue. I really don't think most of the people want that to happen. I think most people want a solution, some type of reasonable solution, right? A reasonable solution. It has to be reasonable, right? So we got to get to a reasonable solution. But see, you can't get to a solution until you find out what actually was the issue in the first place. And that's where I was going. See, I was trying to get to the point where, okay, well, why did this conflict even start in the first place? Right? And if you're going to start, if this conflict started because of one person stepping over the line saying, well, this is my ancestral lands, you got to get off, or you don't have no legal claim to this land, we could just push you off. Well, just because, even squatters got a claim to a land, right? Even squatters got some kind of claim, right? You can't just kick a squatter out. After a certain period of time, you just can't kick them out. You have to deal with them legally, right? And I think that's what I was trying to get across, that if we can get everybody to that mentality, maybe we can come to a I don't know how equitable of a solution, but definitely a solution that will be more reasonable, because all this killing ain't reasonable, in my opinion. All these atrocities, that this ain't reasonable. And I know Vigoda is a good dude, man. Vigoda's a good dude. But I know he's going to be pushing his side of the situation. Hey, they did this. Well, like I said, man, ain't no boy in a war like this. You can't have a Boy Scout. You can't have no Boy Scouts in this war, right? So believe me, whatever they doing on one side, they doing on the other side. They have to just push the issue, right? If they're throwing RPGs, you think the Israelis gonna be throwing pillows over there, right? They're not. They're gonna have to do what they got to do to back everything up. Well, Clarence, who's right? Who's right? Are the Israelis right? Are the Palestinians right? Who's right? I don't know who's right. I don't. So I'm not even gonna sit here and say somebody's right. What I can say is that there's a way to do things. There's a way to do it. And if you want them off your land, just like if you got a squatter in your house, there's a way you got to do it. There's a way you got to do it. There's a civilized way we have to do things. And if we don't do it in a civilized way, the people that can resist you are going to resist you, right? They're going to resist you. And I believe if the Jews would have had any kind of weaponized support in World War II, they would have resisted. They would have resisted the Nazis. They would have resisted them. So is it a far stretch that the Palestinians going to resist you? Of course not. It's okay if they're going to resist you, and they've proven that over the years they're going to resist no matter what. Okay, then maybe it's time to really sit down and talk about what we're going to do. So that's why it's going to be difficult, because everybody's going to have to give something up. Everybody. And until we get to that mentality, this violence is going to continue. All right, y'all, but we got to get out of here, y'all. I love y'all, man. I thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for that. Thank you, Brother Bolo. I appreciate it, man. I tried, man. I tried because, we don't want nobody getting hurt, man. We don't want no violence happening to nobody, man. We really don't. We wish we could just, if there was an issue, we could sit down and talk about it and go our separate ways. But in this world, you have to prepare for the situation where that's not going to happen, right? This man has to be prepared. He can't personally, the military people that may come to his front door, you think they're going to say, hey, he can say all he wants. Hey, I didn't have nothing to do with that. He can say that all he wants. You think they're going to be concerned about that? No. So he has to protect himself. Knife, hammer, whatever he can to protect himself. There's nothing wrong with protecting yourself. But I would like to start at the top down and get this conflict to be over with. And I'm sure most of the people in that area on either side of it would rather it just be over with. All those women losing all their sons and those and all that violence. I mean, crazy. All right, y'all. I think we did fire today, y'all. I think we did fire. We not only let Vigoda express himself and show that he's a Jew that's down for it. He's down for the cause, right? But at the same time, we asked him some pointed questions. Hey, man, why? If you can feel this way, why can how can this person be wrong for doing the same thing you're doing? How's that possible? And if we look at it like that, then let's back all the way up and say, okay, maybe there's a better solution to what we're doing now. Anyway, y'all, thank y'all for listening, family. We appreciate y'all for listening, man. It's a hard conversation to have. I know, right? We should be talking about submission. We should be talking about Priscilla, right? That's what we should be talking about. But I think we covered all of those other issues, right? I think we covered them, right? So we finally can talk about something else, right? Shout out to Bolo in the Village, by the way. If you haven't already subscribed to Bolo in the Village, go on over there and subscribe to them. Another place where you can get some good talking to, man. Some people can pray for you, do some stuff for you, man. Go on over to the Bolo in the Village, man. Same thing with Chef Shapino, man. If you haven't subscribed to Chef Shapino, man, get on over there, man. You know, you're going to get that Caribbean, that Caribbean spark over there, man. But at the same time, Chef, they have a lot of intelligent people over there, as well as the village. And they might not agree with the way I do it, but they might look at it like, they still will have an intelligent perspective of how the situation. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't just push people that agree with me. Sometimes Bolo agree with me, sometimes he don't, right? But I know he's intelligent and his heart is in the right place. Same thing with Chef. His heart is in the right place. So go on over there and listen to him, man. Maybe you might say, you know what? I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it like that, Bolo. I didn't think about it. Or you listen to Bolo and come listen to me and say, you know what, Clarence, I didn't think about it like that. Or you go listen to me and Bolo and go listen to Chef. Say, Chef, oh wow, listen to Chef. I didn't think about it like that. Oh, okay, I didn't think about it like that. All right. Risa, man. Risa, I got fussed at for you, Risa. Again, this morning. Oh man, Vigoda went off on me, man. He said, hey man, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't, I got pushed out. He said, I got timed out. I said, yeah. He said, I didn't know that person was in charge of your chat. I said, yeah, if you listen to the show in the beginning, I always tell you we got a sniper right there, and she's gonna take anybody out that's gonna try to do something like that, right? Bolo, you gotta connect your stuff, man. I will pull you up, man, but you gotta connect your stuff, brother. Oh man, these people out here, man, they playing their music out here. Did I tell y'all I was in the hood in LA? I'm in the hood. Brother Bolo. Brother Bolo, you there? Clarence, I'm driving. I'm on the NYC Expressway. Clarence, I'm cutting in and out, right? Bolo. All right, y'all. Y'all know Bolo will be back, man. Bolo will be in the house, man, as soon as he can. Yeah, thank you, Sister Annie. Appreciate you. And if one of y'all could put Chef's channel out there, I appreciate that too. Yeah, man, go take a look at Chef too. Shout out to Don Frank, by the way. I didn't get a chance to shout her out, but shout out to Don Frank. But anyway, and sorry, y'all, man, I didn't get a chance to holler at everybody throughout the broadcast, man. But as you can see, it's a very sensitive situation. And I really didn't want to keep interrupting Vigoda, man. It was a very sensitive situation for him. Okay, let me see if I can bring Bolo up on stage. Brother Bolo.
Yeah, what up, baby? What's the deal,
Oh,
yo?
there he is. There he is. What's going on with you, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I am chilling. I just wanted to give you your flowers while you're here. You know what I'm saying? That, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. You too. You as well. Yeah,
I love the hard conversations that you have. It's an awesome thing, man. So it's a pleasure and an honor to call you my brother.
Same here, brother. Same here.
I just wanted to give you my love to you and your family, to everyone that was on the panel. They did an awesome job for Vigoda.
They did, didn't they?
DB and they, just wanted to give you guys a kudos and continue doing what you're doing. You will always have my support. I love you, brother. And I'm gonna call you after you're done with your show.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. You know the door is always open, man. All right, bro.
Make sure you shine the bell later.
Huh? What? I'm sorry, y'all. Bolo got to go, man. He's in a very hurry. He's in a hurry. He's on the NYC Expressway. He got to go, man. He'll holler back at us though. That is my brother. I love that brother so much, man. I appreciate him, man. You know what I mean? Good dude, man. Good dude. And one of the things I like about Bolo is, man, he ain't too big to say, oops, I messed up on that one, right? Yeah, he ain't too big to say that, man. He'll, in a heartbeat, he'll say, you know what? Looking back on that, Clarence, yeah, you was right, man. I'm on this. Or looking back on it, I'm the same way too. I'll be like, yeah, you're right, man. We both got that humble spirit, man. So we and I like that, man. I like that in people, man, because the growth can never come when people are so rigid on something. And that's one of the things I'm trying to express to Vigoda. When everybody's so rigid on everything, you can't get, it's difficult to get where you're trying to go. But when you have people that are, you know, reasonable and flexible, hey, maybe I did make a mistake. Maybe I could have did this, right? Maybe I could have did a little better on this, right? That's how my people know, man. They know I'm like that. That's why they could tell me straight out, Clay, you talk too much. You was interrupting Vigoda, right? Because I know maybe I could have did that different. Maybe I could have did that different, right? So, you know, we gonna work about it. We gonna work on it, man. Bolo always has excellent shows. Vaughn, you're right. Last night probably was. Yeah, I didn't hear that when I was out, but you know, you're right. Bolo is one of a few people that I've seen where they have shows, and it should be 10,000 people in there, and it's like 10, right? You're like, how is this dude hit it? Alonzo, the all-star maker, he's another one. He'll be have like 6 people in there, and you're like, this is information that millionaires are giving out, and he's giving this information out for free, and nobody's in there. It's like, you like, what? Same thing with Bolo, man. You like, you hearing stuff getting broke down, and you like, everybody should be here, right? It should be, you know, like, hey, we sorry, we can't admit nobody else in here. Like the clubs, right? They get to a point where they say, hey, we can't let nobody else in here, right? But no, right? Him, me, Alonzo, Chef, we just sitting there like, what? We ain't got nobody in here, man, but we talking about stuff that's really critical and it really would help some people, right? Anyway, let me stop talking about that, man. Let me do the rundown, man. By the way, I didn't do the rundown on the last show. Let me do the rundown for the last show we did, man, because man, let me tell y'all, man, I was rushing, and I got out of here without doing the rundown for the last show. So we're going to do the last show rundown first, then this show. Okay, on the last show, who came up? Brother Bolo came up on the last show. Shout out to Brother Bolo. Right? What do you think about his performance on the last show? Outstanding as always. What about Sister Annie? Sister Annie came up on the last show. What do you think about her performance? Always. We got to have some females, man, who have God in them that can vibrate out to the people, man, so that the people can see God don't just work with one gender. That gender stuff ain't got nothing to do with God, man. God is a spirit person, right? You just happen to had his gender because you got something to do. But other than that, on the spirit side, you a spirit. Spirits don't have no gender, right? What did Jesus say? In my Father, there is no male or female, right? Because it's a spirit. It's a spirit. What you really about on the inside. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bolo, that one went whoop, whoop, whoop. Bolo, you have to explain that one over there in the village, man. You have to explain that one over there. All right. Who else came up, man? Patrice, OG Patrice. So same thing with Patrice, right? You need some of these sisters, man, you know, and they have different personalities and they bring stuff to the table. And we get all 100%. We got Sister Annie's one way, we got Patrice's another way, but yet they both loving sisters, but they got different ways they approach things, right? And we need all that, right? Because some of us are going to go Annie's way, some of us go Patrice's way, some of us are going to go some of it, but we need all of that. And we need to see the love and unity between us, right? Sister Annie said, is that a 10 subject notebook, Brother Clarence? Yeah, because see, Brother Clarence don't play, man. I know I'm forgetful. And if I don't write everything down, I'm going to be in trouble. Clarence, what about this? Remember you said you were going to do this? I'll be like, what did I say I was going to do? I forget. So I write it. So I got a calendar. I put up on the wall. I got everything. I got calendar here. I know me. I'll forget, right? Right? My son is the same way, right? My son told me this morning, hey, Dad, I got a flat he told me last night, I got a flat tire, Dad, I need you to help me pump it up. I said, okay. I called him this morning. I said, I was going to get out early. I called him this morning. He was knocked out. It's okay. So now he calls me at what, 10 o'clock? Yeah, nah, we done. You got to wait until I can get to you now. All right. So anyway, shout out to Patrice. Patrice did a good job on the last broadcast as always. What about Von Bryant? Von Bryant came up on the last broadcast. Great job. Excellent as always. What about Diamond Axe? Diamond Axe came through, right? Let me just say one thing, right? He did a good job. What about Demetrius? Demetrius came up, did an excellent job. What about Brother Rico? What about Rico Young? Shout out to Rico Young, man. You know what I mean? I know we ain't passport bros and we ain't out here. You know, he don't want to. He wants to fight. Like, Rico likes to fight, right? So over here it's a hug fest. Everybody wants to hug everybody, right? so so Rico said, nah, man, you know, I got to go to the passport board sometime. You know, like the actor Gene Hackman, right? He said in the interview, he said sometimes it was so hard on set. Sometimes he'd say, you know, I'll be back in an hour or so, and he'd go to a bar and just get in a bar fight, right? And he'd feel better after he got into a bar fight, and he'd come back to the set, be ready to work, right? That's how Rico is, man. Rico go off the reservation, fight with all these passport bros and whoever else, and then he'll come back, right? But shout out to Rico, man. Rico did an excellent job last time. What about New Growth? Well, New Growth Old Soul. He came out. He did a great job. Excellent as always. What about Big Rig Slaps? You know, you talking about something when Big Rig Slaps comes up, right? Big Rig Slaps said, hey, man, I'm here. What's up? I said, hey, what's going on with your man? All right. Well, Big Rig did an outstanding job. Outstanding job on the last performance. And of course, Marcus came up and did an outstanding job on the last show as well. All of these content creators, they did outstanding jobs, very excellent jobs on the last show. Okay, now we got to get to today's show. Let's get to today's show. Who came up on the stage? Who came up on the stage today? Sister Annie came up on the stage. Excuse me. I'm coming up there. I want to tell Vigoda to watch out for yourself and make sure I'm praying for you. Okay, so Sister Annie came up, but that's why I think she's starting to understand that, you know, and she's starting to recognize when she can step in and also bring some more value to the program. I don't have to keep encouraging her and saying, yo, man, your voice, you people need to hear you, and the way you express yourself and your tonality and everything. God, especially men need to hear that, because some of them ain't never had no woman genuinely talk to them like that, right? And they'll have a woman with the spirit of God in them talking to them like that, active, right? And so you bring that, and you bring the hope that there is a woman out there, there's other women out there like that. You bring that hope, and that maybe, man, okay, maybe I held the door for 10 women and only one of them said thank you. But maybe there's another one out there that will say thank you. So I'm going to continue to do it, right? See, I'm going to continue to be a decent person or a kind person to women or to children or whatever, right? Because there's somebody out there that may appreciate it. See, that hope, and you bring that hope, Sister Annie. So I hope you recognize that. But Sister Annie, what do y'all think she did? How y'all think she did today? I think she did outstanding as always, man. Encourage Vigoda to keep doing the things that he was doing, man, to try to, you know, make sure he'd be safe, his mom will be safe, and hopefully this conflict will end. None of us have, I don't think any one of us have a particular position on who's right and who's wrong. Just how can we end this conflict? How can we stop these children from dying? How can we stop the people from dying over really something that could be negotiated out to where, yes, it's difficult. It's going to be difficult, but we can stop this violence. But shout out to Sister Annie for that. Who else came up on the stage? Brother Von Bryant. Brother Von Bryant came up on the stage. What do you think about Von Bryant as well, man? Came out, dropped the Psalms, right? I mean, right where they needed to go, right in the slot where it needed to go, right? Shout out to Brother Von Bryant, right? It was on his heart, right? Hey, man, you know, and you know, people over here say, hey, Vigoda, hey, Clarence, you check on Vigoda, especially Sister Annie, right? Hey, can you check on Vigoda? What's going on with him? Okay, let's do it, right? And I know Patrice would have did the same thing if she was here. So shout out to Patrice. But I mean, we are our family over here, man. We, even though we may not agree with you in technically, or we may not agree with you, you know, in your position, we still care about you as a person, right? Whether we agree with your position or not, we still care about you as a person. Hopefully everything is good, because there's always a way that we can work something out. All right, but that was Von Bryant, man. Very solid performance today, man. Very solid. Oh, but Sister Annie, by the way, very solid performance for her. Very solid, and very solid performance for everybody on the last show. Very strong performance from everybody on the last show. Very solid performance from Sister Annie today. Very solid performance from Von Bryant. Very strong. Who else? Vigoda. Vigoda was on our special guest. Vigoda came up here. What do you think about Vigoda? Man, there wasn't nothing. Okay, you barricade yourself in your house with your children and your family and then do a podcast. I mean, come on, man. Get a brother some credit. You know what I mean? You may not agree with his position, but definitely you got to say he got big balls to say, I'm going to go on a podcast, even though I'm preparing for an invasion. I'm going to go on a podcast and tell my story. Shout out to Vigoda, man. I hope the brother, and we pray for him that he will make it through, him and his family make it through. And, we can, hopefully the Jewish people and the Palestinians can laugh about this situation one day and say, man, that was crazy. We finally came to a solution on that. Hopefully that can happen one day. You know what I mean? But it's going to take a lot of work. But Vigoda, how did he do today? I think he was considering the situation, Vigoda should have been all over the road, right? But he calmed down after a while and he tried to explain the situation, man. You know what I mean? But I didn't really expect him to do a lot, explain a lot, and, because, he's there. He's in this situation, right? So I had to, when he kept cutting me, I had to say, okay, well, I got to give him deference, right? Because he's in it. He's there, right? So if he wants to continue to go on, even though I'm looking for a solution, he's like, there ain't no solution, Clarence. It's either this or that. Well, hopefully him and the government, both governments will loosen up from that position and start and maybe something can be worked out. But I think Vigoda did a great job. Even the point that he was in it, he did a great job. He did an absolutely great job. And we're going to talk to him again next week and get an update and see what's going on. Hopefully. And of course, Brother Bolo was on here today. Very strong performance for Vigoda. Very solid. But Bolo was up here today. What do you think about Bolo? Right? Bolo did a great job, as always, man. As always, imparter, right? And he kind of, just, was supporting me on the way I was trying to present the situation, right? And so I appreciate the brother. He may agree with me, he may not agree with me, my position or stance on it, but at least he was supportive of me as a part. He was supportive of me, saying, "Hey, man, you didn't try to offend the dude. You didn't try to attack him or attack the Palestinians or attack anybody in a situation, because we're not about that here, man. Just like at the village, man. You'll never go to the village and see them attacking somebody, right? You never see them doing that over there. That's why I always suggest going over there if you have a question about, faith, or you want to talk about something faith related or something like that, or even not, man. You just want to talk about somebody common sense. Go on over there and check them out. But very strong performance from Bolo TV. Very strong, very solid. All right, y'all. I think that's it. That's everybody that came up on the stage. Okay, so are we going to be here tomorrow? Yes. I want to figure something out today, what we can do about tomorrow as far as what we're going to do, have a show about, and we will see what we're going to talk about. One thing I hope we don't talk about is Princella. Oh, my God. I'm so done with that lady, man. I'm so done. So hopefully we won't have to talk about her. But if we do, we do. But I'm not looking forward to doing that. I think I made my point on her. My team don't exactly agree with me on that, but I think I made my point on her. Who else? Let's see. I don't know. We'll see what we talk about. We'll find something. I'm sure somebody on the team will find something. Anyway, we will see y'all tomorrow. We'll probably do the regular show where we do the Black History Minute and all that tomorrow. So, and then we get into it. All right, y'all. Thank you for listening, and we will see y'all tomorrow, y'all. Peace.